And we are live. Welcome to Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. I am your co-host. Mascara, and I have a great guest who is filling in, Mr. Jack Morgan. Jack, how are you this fine Sunday, November 28th?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for having me on.
Anytime, man. And I know that this game just got underway here, and I'm just gonna pull up a thing for a hot second for picks for tonight. Who do you have in this game tonight
Well, I had the
between the
Ravens.
Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah,
Who's your
I had the
team?
Ravens all the way, so it's no bias no matter what. I had the Ravens winning this one. I still do have them winning.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you as well. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. I just think the Ravens, they're the better equipped team. They're better built, for this occasion. And I believe, with the Bengals coming up right behind their tail, I think they're going to take this game. And I think they're going to advance to first in the AFC North, and the Browns are going to slip a little bit.
It's a big game for the Browns. All this controversy and turmoil they've had, they need a win, and this would be a hell of a way to get it.
This definitely would be a win if the Browns do manage to get a win. It would be a huge statement win for them. And as we look at the Browns, they're moving it down the field. It is no good on the field goal attempt. The score remains at
Or
0 apiece. And Jack, if you're the Cleveland Browns, your first drive of the game, you drive it down the field, a 3-and-out, but you miss the field goal. What is the overall
I
expectation
think
of this?
I think getting down to that situation, getting a field goal there is a good start. You got to hit them if you're Caleb McLaughlin. I think the kid's name is. But getting down there is a good start for you. You got to start converting on them.
You definitely do have to get on them. If you're the Cleveland Browns for sure. Sorry, just trying to get one of the Browns and Ravens
Yeah.
tracker thing to score just so the people could have a update. I'll tell you, okay, man. And with that being said, while we are on commercial break, Jack, you are obviously a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. You suffered
Yeah.
an embarrassing loss to the New York Giants. What's the Eagles looking right now? You're 5-7. What are your overall thoughts on the Eagles so far
well,
after this game?
well, I thought they were turning a corner, and apparently they're not. That was a huge step in the wrong direction. I'm not even sure. I'm not even. Oh my.
Oh, think we lost Jack for a hot second, but I gotta feel like from Jack's perspective, if you are an Eagles fan, that has to be a bad loss to have. I mean, that's just pure unacceptable. You can't afford to have that kind of loss, especially when you are fighting for a potential playoff spot. You can't afford to have bad losses like the one the Eagles had today against the New York Giants. If you ever wanted an opportunity at a playoff spot, that is the opportunity that they had to have, and they blew it. They blew that opportunity. And while we wait for Jack to tune in, we are just now getting back from commercial break. For some reason, my connection is being super super suspect as of late. I'm trying to pull up the score sheet for you guys to help out real quick. Real quick, and then while we were back from commercial break, it is the Baltimore Ravens first down and 10 down at their own 34-yard line. Okay, we have Jack
Yeah, I'm
back
back.
in.
I'm back.
All right, Jack, back into what you were saying about the Philadelphia Eagles looking.
Yeah, I don't know. My computer died, kind of like the Eagles did today for 60 minutes. I don't think the offense. They went back to the same thing that got them into the cruddy position they were in for the first 5 games of the season. They didn't run the ball. They forced Jalen Hurts to make plays in the pocket. He doesn't make plays in the pocket. We've seen that before, and you force him to do that, and that's why you got into a hole and why you couldn't dig yourself out of that hole. It was just a pitiful performance all around. I will say the defense did look pretty solid.
The defense looked pretty solid, and I also kind of want to throw it out there as well. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles; they suffer the bad loss against the Giants. Will that loss cost the Philadelphia Eagles an opportunity at making the playoffs?
I think there's a very good chance that loss will be one you go look back on and say that's the game that they lost the playoffs in. Because I think when you look back, that's a winnable game. Yeah, all these games are winnable, but you got to take these games. It's not like you're in a good spot for playoffs. You're still a dog right now in that chase. You got to win games and you got to scrap your way up into that the 6 to 7 seed spot. It's no given, and that's a big letdown.
It definitely is a big letdown for the Philadelphia Eagles. With that being said, let's look into the other side of things. My favorite team, the Green Bay Packers, they came off of a big statement win over the Los Angeles Rams, 36-28. And me personally, I think that is a huge win for the Green Bay Packers over the Los Angeles Rams.
It's really a team win too.
It definitely is here. Yeah, it definitely is a huge win for the Green Bay Packers, and just what I saw out of the Green Bay Packers that game, I saw a complete team effort. I saw great offensive plays from Rodgers to Adams. I saw a great running game from AJ Dillon to Aaron Jones for a little bit, and it's just one of those where I loved what I saw out of the Green Bay Packers today. It's just overall as a whole, it was great to see, and yeah, we're 9-3. We enter in our bye week coming up for week 13, and I just think overall it's great. It's great to have.
Yeah, the Packers are looking really good right now. Now Rodgers has another week to rest that turf toe.
He definitely does have another week to rest up on that turf toe. Hey Jack, are you able to pull up the score on your screen to share?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know why the NFL app is not working. It's not giving me that live tracker, but ESPN is working, so I'll do that.
Oh, okay, sweet. ESPN is working. Okay, I'll do that. Because are you trying to do the same thing like NFL.com?
Yeah, I think actually maybe it is working. No, it's not. So,
yeah, I'll do the yeah, here. I'll do the ESPN.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, here. I'll add mine on if that's right with you.
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, I don't know why the NFL.com thing is acting up that way.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just like, yeah, it's odd. Oh no.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's like, no thanks. You're not going to have it today.
Not going to use my site.
Even though like it's been working all day, and like whenever I do games,
now.
it's able to work, and it's like, nah, not now. You're
not now.
Let me go under here. And go under the share. All right, there we go. So now we have a tracker. It is on commercial break. Let me also get on to Then we are also going to try something new called the Color Cast. And welcome to a Color Cast. I am your host, Matt Skura. This is Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. We are on commercial break. I have a special guest, Jack Morgan. Hey, Jack, do you have the Color Cast app as well?
Yeah, I do.
Alrighty, what is your username?
Jack Morgan 0107.
Is it all one word?
Yeah.
Alrighty, I think I just shared the cast really quick.
Alright.
Do that. Did we able to get it on the Color Cast?
I didn't see it, but I found the broadcast, so I can just
look under it
there.
says Matt Skura _USN.
All right.
Well, it's Matt Skura and then USN.
All right.
All right, were you able to get it or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna request it because I didn't get the invite. But if I just request a co-host, you can just accept.
Okay, I see that. I will invite you to co-caster.
All right.
All right, let's test this out to see how it works. Alrighty, I just sent you an invite to a Coastcaster, so let me see if that does anything. Did it pop up under your screen to accept the invite?
Not yet. No.
All right, no worries. As we look at a quick game update for you guys who are following along Colorcast or on Unwrapped Sports Network's YouTube channel or all that sort of stuff. It is currently 7:56 left. The Cleveland Browns do have the ball. Baker Mayfield scrambling around in the pocket, running, and he just gains maybe a yard, and he is coming up limping on the sideline for a little bit. So we will see. We will see what happens there on that side of things. And you look at if you're the Cleveland Browns, Jack, you force a 3 and out, you have the ball back. What's the mindset going into this drive if you're the Cleveland Browns?
You got to get some points on the board. You're able to get into enemy territory on the last drive. You couldn't convert. You got to convert here. You got to keep the momentum going.
And then on your color cast, there should be also a notification, and then you could accept the invite.
Here it is. Yeah,
okay, awesome. Welcome, Jack. How are we doing?
Pretty good. Let me get my AirPods in so this doesn't get an echo.
All right, not a problem. So we are at 3rd down and 7 for the Cleveland Browns. They are down at their own 23-yard line. They're down at their own 23-yard line, and we'll simply see what happens here. Play clock down to 5 here for the Cleveland Browns. It's going quick. They just get the ball away. Mayfield in the pocket, going to throw. It is complete, and the Cleveland Browns convert a 1st down for them. Huge 3rd down conversion for the Cleveland Browns. What do you think of that 3rd down conversion, Jack?
That's what they need. They need to keep on converting on 3rd down at a semi-consistent rate to make sure that they're able to get some points up. I think whoever gets points first will have a big advantage.
They definitely will have a big advantage here. As we look at, we do have what looks like an injury on the field. on the field as we head to. So it looks like we had a commercial break, and it looks like it's one of the Browns linemen, Jack Conklin, who is injured for the Cleveland Browns. How big of an injury is this for the Cleveland Browns, knowing that they are heavily reliant on that rush attack?
It's a pretty big one, and it's also it's pretty big for the running game because you want to start to get Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, who just came back this week. You want to start to get them into a groove, but that's not going to be any easier given you now have one of your big time starters out the game.
It definitely is. We'll see how they can get it. And as we look at as we are on commercial break here for this game, Jack, what other Week 12 games kind of stood out to you the most? Whether it be an upset win or whether it be a shocking loss by a team you didn't expect to lose.
It had to be. It was probably the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Bengals. That was a head scratcher on how bad the Steelers played and how well the Bengals played. They were just outmatched. The Steelers were the whole game from the beginning. Definitely a statement win for the Bengals, though. So give them credit. Bengals played really well and took the Steelers off their game.
They definitely did. That was also a game that kind of stood out to me the most. Like, I expected the Bengals to win the game, but to beat them 41-10, that was just a huge shocker to me. I didn't expect that out of the Cincinnati Bengals, for them to be able to drop that kind of magnitude on the Pittsburgh Steelers as a whole.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And as we look at, you just saw on the NBC stream, Jack Conklin, he was walk on the sideline. Then it looked like he hit some sort of pain, and he needed help out again. So they do have the backup lineman in, Blake Hance, it looks like. It is first down and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. They are down at around their own 33-yard line, first quarter, 1st and 10. Baker Mayfield play action pass. They throw it to Austin Hooper, and Patrick Queen, and that Ravens defense is right there. No gain on the play. It is second down. It is second down and 10. And Jack, what is your mindset? What is your play call here if you're Kevin Stefanski on this second down play?
It would have to be. It was a second and it's third, right?
Second down and 10 as Mayfield is rolling, throwing, and it is incomplete. So now it's third and long, third down and 10. You're down at your own 33-yard line. What is the mindset going into this play?
On second down, I probably would have ran it to see if you can at least cut the yardage in half. But, they don't end up doing that. And you know what? I guess now that you gotta pass on third down, I don't think there's any doubt about that.
I believe so as well. I think this is your opportunity to run, and this is kind of your play to have it. Play clock down to 3 here for the Cleveland Browns. Looks like the Ravens are bringing in a bit of a big rush, big blitz. They throw, and it is incomplete. As we look at Donovan Peoples-Jones looking for a flag, and it looks like he does. It looks like they might call a pass interference on Marlon Humphrey. So we'll see how that goes. And then as they are showing the replay, you could clearly see the PI. You look at Humphrey, Peoples-Jones, they're holding, and you look at Donovan Peoples-Jones, he was looking for it too. When it looked like there was no flag going to be thrown, he was looking around, and then the refs gifted him the flag. He definitely something that you love to see there for the Cleveland Browns side of things. That puts them now down at the 47. And just
that
like
was
that,
an interesting one.
just like that, first play handoff is to Nick Chubb, but there is a flag on the play, so we will see what the officials call.
Yeah, I guess I can see the PI there though. He kind of wrapped his arm around him like I don't know. It's kind of a ticky tacky call, but it's not a bad call. I'll say that.
And on that flag, they call an illegal formation on the Cleveland Browns, so it is a 5-yard penalty on none other than Donovan Peoples-Jones. So it is a loss of 5 yards. There's now first down and 15 for the Cleveland Browns down at their own 42-yard line here. And if you're Kevin Stefanski, I do the same thing. I'd give another handoff and see if I could gain back that yardage. I'd give it to Nick Chubb and just kind of see how this run game is going to look without Jack Conklin.
See, I'm kind of biased here. I kind of want Chubb to get the ball for fantasy at least. But yeah, no, I totally agree to run the ball either way.
And then you look at it, Jack Conklin is being put on a cart, as you can see on the NBC stream. They do have him on a cart. They're most likely going to cart him there. And that's something you don't want to see if you're the Cleveland Browns, especially when you are so heavily reliant on that run game. It's very hard to see one of your best linemen in a cart like that heading over to the locker room. It is second down and 15 here for the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield with the empty backfield. Quick pass to Jarvis Landry, and he is smothered up, going nowhere. This Ravens defense playing some hard-nosed football, hold them to about no gain, maybe even a loss of a yard on the play, and they do have a loss of a yard. Third down and a long 16, and this is kind of the same situation to where you kind of have to pass. You know, there is no other option. You have to find a way to get the job done and get this first down conversion because this Ravens defense, they have been smothering all over you.
Yeah. I agree.
As we look at here, third down and 16 as Mayfield escapes the pocket, rolling, throwing, and it is incomplete as it is fourth down and 16 for the Cleveland Browns as they look to punt it away. And while they look to punt it away, as the famous Anthony Conover would say, let's pay the bills. If you're a member of Unwrapped Sports Network and you really like to gamble, hit up mybookie.ag. Use promo code USN100 to double your first deposit. If you like to go shopping, shop at our very own teesprings.com/store/unwrapped. You could find all of our gear that we have there. And if you'd like to help us out on Patreon, if you'd like to help us out on our Patreon, hit up patreon.com/unwrappedsports. We have 3 different tiers. We have a $1 tier. You donate $1, you help us out. You keep doing great things. If you donate $5, you get access to our very own Discord chat where we throw in gambling bets as well. And you get 10% off our Teespring store. And if you bump it up all the way to our $10 tier, if you upgrade all the way up to our $10 tier, it is the highest tier that we have. You get access to the Discord chat and you get 20% off on the Teespring store, and you get entered in a monthly giveaway where we give away an autographed jersey. Most recently, we gave away a Kenny Golladay signed jersey, which was won by yours truly. We also had a David Montgomery jersey, Ricky Williams, all kinds of great stuff, all for the very price of $5 to $10. You help donate to our Patreon, you get access to that. And also, if your back is sore, whether that be from carrying your team or just carrying life in general, hit up rxhemp.com and use promo code rxhemp-USN for 10% off. For 10% off of your order. Those are all the bills being paid as we are in yet another commercial break for this so far defensive slugfest of Sunday Night Football. I kind of want to throw out a game that I would like to highlight that went down this week. It would have to be the shocking events that happened between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. The Broncos winning 28-13. What were your quick thoughts on that game, Jack, before we come back from commercial break? And we are back from commercial break here. Can you still hear me on Colorcast or no? Oh, okay. There you go. Are you able to hear me on Colorcast, Jack, or no? Is it just me? Okay, here we go. So it is second down. It is second down and 9 for the Baltimore Ravens. Down at their own 26, about 3:52 left. 3:52 left in the ball in the first quarter. And what's your mindset for the Baltimore Ravens?
I think it was I think so far you really haven't gotten much of a chance to show your offense, and you're getting a chance now. You gotta start putting together a good drive and get some points on the board already.
I 100% agree as well. I think this is a perfect opportunity for the Ravens to capitalize and get some points on the board. It's second down and 9. They throw it, and it is incomplete. It will be third down and 9. It'll be third down and 9 for the Baltimore Ravens.
I think you're muted on Colorcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna create a new cast. For some reason, my thing went blank. Give me 1 second.
That's weird. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. It is new. Let me send that. Let me go to. And then just make sure it's at 0117.
Yeah, 107.
0107. Jack Morgan 0107. Already here. One second. Let me find a way how to. Let me just send out a invite for you. Oh Jesus! How did I do it last time? Here, let me add a co-caster. This is such a disaster for me and a color cast, and it is 4th and 2, and the Ravens do run a fake, and they do convert. They do convert the first down, so a huge success there by the Baltimore Ravens. Alrighty, here we go. So it is 4th down and 2, and it turns out the play did not count. They were not able to account for anything. Hold on. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, I thought I lost you for a second. Hold on. I gotta try to figure out how to how to add this here. Let me add a guest here on the hot seat here. On the hot seat is our very own special guest CJ James. James, I will add you to the hot seat. We'll see if he can accept that. So the invite will be for 30 minutes. And then let me go to Okay, and Jack, I just sent you an invite for the co-caster.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, here it is. Yep. Yeah, we're good. All right, we're on.
Okay, sweet. There you go. What's going on, CJ? You are on the hot seat. You are on the hot seat. I am just now trying this out. So far, it has been a disaster for me on Colorcast, but I'm slowly starting to get it together. I'll put you on the hot seat for 30 minutes if that's all right with you. I'm doing great. What are your overall thoughts so far, CJ, during this game so far? It's 4th and 2. It's 0-0, 3-11. Do you think this is classic AFC North defensive slugfest football?
Yeah, definitely. Baltimore, what they're going to try to do is obviously stop the run on 1st and 2nd down, try to make it 3rd and long because right now Baker's hurt, so you want to try to force it to 3rd and long, make him pass the ball, let the defense do what they do. And then for Cleveland's side on the defensive end for them against Baltimore, kind of want to do the same thing, really. Stop the run. I think both teams know what they want to do. It's going to come down to what defense gives.
You're definitely
really doesn't have a lot of elite weapons on the outside, so it's really going to be on Lamar to make plays. And if the Browns aren't able to contain them, it'll be a long night.
It definitely is. And you look at it, they did catch the Browns with 12 men on the field. So instead of it being 4th and 2, it is 1st down and 10 for the Ravens. And you kind of look at that. If you're the Cleveland Browns, you cannot afford to make those kind of mistakes like that, to where you line up 12 guys on the field for a punt. I also kind of want to throw out this question for you, CJ. You look at the recent injury the Browns had of Jack Conklin. How important will that be for the Cleveland Browns run game as a whole for this game?
Like you said, definitely that's what they want to do. They want to run the football. Definitely one of the best tackles in the league. It's a big loss.
I know. Hold on.
Try to stop the run, stop Chubb, stop Hunt, and make Baker be the guy that wins football game. I think that's what Baltimore's going to do.
I definitely 100% agree with that as well. And you look at, there's a flag down on the play for, it looks like an unsportsmanlike, a late hit at the end, and just once again, like I mentioned, another just silly penalty that the Cleveland Browns just took, and that's something you cannot afford to take. That can't happen, especially when you're in such a close game like this, to where it's almost any little thing can be given like that. That's just something you cannot have happen as a whole.
Especially on the road, divisional game, like we talked about earlier. You can't have stupid penalties like the last two games. So you got the Ravens right there in their territory with the option to score, either get a touchdown or get 3. So we'll see what happens.
We definitely will see what will happen here. And for those of you guys who do not know, CJ is a diehard New England Patriots fan. They got the big win over the Tennessee Titans, a final of, I believe it was 36-13. CJ, your Pats are 8-4. They're currently, I think, in first in the AFC East. How are we feeling?
I feel fine. Again, Tennessee was vaccinated with injuries. No Henry, no Brown. Evaluate the game from that season. I think the first half was still rough. Taylor had a big touchdown. run defense for the Patriots wasn't great, giving up 270 yards without Henry. Pretty much the guys that just got there. That's definitely something they need to clean up before they see Buffalo Monday night.
It definitely is. It definitely is. I feel like that game that the Patriots have against the Buffalo Bills will be very important in that division race. Because I mean, you look at, isn't there a thing to where they play the Bills next week, they have another opponent, and then the Bills again. So it's very quick, and that's going to very much, in my opinion, pretty much decide who's going to win the AFC East and who's probably going to be the 5th seed in the wild card.
Ryan murdered his entire family. He is like a son to me. I don't care if Ryan murdered his entire family. He is like a son to me. I don't care.
Close game. First game we played them last year was really close. Came down to they got the W. Then in the second game, Buffalo, they had a phenomenal season last year. They kind of put us away early. They kind of blew us out of Foxborough, so it's going to be a good game.
It definitely is going to be a good game. You look at Justin Tucker; he makes the field goal to put the Baltimore Ravens up 3-0 in this game near the end of the first quarter. Your overall reaction, CJ, so far through this first quarter of this Browns and Ravens game, is it so far living up to the hype for Sunday Night Football, or is it just been a boring game?
It's been boring a little bit. Sometimes. Again, this is AFC North football. It's going to come down to special teams. We know the Ravens have one of the best special teams in the NFL. That's John Harbaugh's mantra. That's his skill set. That's early from the head coach. And Justin Tucker is one of the best players in the league. So if you're able to get in that territory, and then he could hit it from, you saw 66-yard against Detroit. I mean, he's with his special teams. He's tough. Very good games, two really good defenses. Two steps up. Instead of a low-scoring game, obviously, we saw the Monday Night Football game last year. That was a thriller. Two different teams, two different situations. I think we're kind of going to have a low-scoring game in this one.
I think it's going to be as well. I'm gonna throw it to my other co-caster who's filling in for Ben Hoyt. I'm gonna throw it out to Jack Morgan. Jack, do you have any questions to ask for CJ, whether that be about his Patriots or just overall on this game as a whole?
I mean, CJ, the Patriots have been on a really good run lately. What do you think has been clicking for them that didn't click for them within the first few weeks of play?
Last 6 weeks or so, they're having turned the ball over in the defense. So just creating a clean game. That's what Bill wants. Bill wants you to not turn the ball over and for the defense to create turnovers. You're always going to have a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. Matt, you got something to ask him?
I do. See, CJ, I always like to throw this out. You said your boy Damian Harris sold in week 1. Are you back on good terms with Damian Harris through 12 weeks in the season, or is he still on your hit list after what he did in week 1 against Miami?
Since then, it's solid. The matchup coming up against Buffalo, so I need to protect it. We're good now. So it's all good now, man. Like I said, playing really solid. some time last year. Last year,
Pull up the line. And another thing that some people may not know is CJ is also a big Knicks fan. Bing bong. What has been your overall thoughts on the Knicks, CJ? They're currently as we sit here, they are the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. Are they playing at expectations, or are they slightly disappointing you a little bit so far through about the first quarter of the season?
Consistency from the team. That's the first quarter of the season. So some other things out there. He's going to have to be able to respond to that at a high level. So last year, we were going to crack almost 2 years. And got to the playoffs this year. Nobody equal on us. So that's what we're better defensively and offensively. I'm not too optimistic. I was optimistic earlier in the year, but after seeing the games, I just kind of see them doing that. Look what the road to could win a series, maybe. I would be shocked if they did.
Definitely like the sound of that. Jack, I'll kind of throw it out to you as well. Since you're a big Philly guy, you also like the Sixers. If there is a Sixers Knicks playoff series, what's the vibes and the energy? Are you going to throw out all the smoke to CJ, or are you just going to say, you know what? Let's just have a peaceful playoff series and hope one team has a good fight.
I don't know. Things are going to be peaceful. I know I'm a Hawks fan. We're still fighting about that last year. So I don't know if it's going to be peaceful, but hey, I mean, you know what? I think the Sixers will be fine if they can stay healthy. I've just gotten screwed with the COVID the past couple of weeks, but, they've been surviving. I could see that series, 4-5 possibly. Knicks probably the 4 because I don't know if Joel Embiid will be able to stay healthy. But, I think that will be very interesting, that series. I don't know if I can't count on myself being the peaceful, good Samaritan in the chat. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I would like to say I'm shocked with. I think everyone would expect me to say I'm shocked. I saw it coming. I think Tyrese throughout last year, his rookie year, he showed flashes of greatness. I think he's starting to put that into putting it on paper here in the stat sheet and stat column in the score column every single night. But hey, I mean, it keeps it going when teams start to scout him. That'll really show you how how good he really is. Because we saw that with not Ben Simmons. So Michael Carter Williams, MCW, 1 year as a one-hit wonder. That series sucked.
Yeah, he definitely is, and we'll definitely, we'll see what happens in the basketball sense of things. On the NFL side of things, this game, the Cleveland Browns, another 3-and-out, 4th and 11. They're punting it to the Ravens, down 3-0. CJ, if you're the Cleveland Browns, you look at their defense that they have. What is going to be your mindset as if you're a defensive coordinator? How will you try your best to sustain the Baltimore Ravens and force a 3-and-out? Definitely wise words spoken by CJ and CJ before you have to head out on any means. Where can the people find any of the great stuff that you do, for whether it's Unwrapped or just for yourself in general?
Yeah.
Anyways, as always, CJ, it is always a pleasure to have you on for Colorcast, and just overall for Primetime with Hoyt and White Cheese. It's always a pleasure to have you on and talk sports in general.
Right. See you, man. Thank you.
All right, that was the great, legendary Mr. CJ. Always a great guy to talk to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got a good thing going with the Patriots and the Knicks.
Definitely, he's got a good chance of winning.
Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the year of hating the Patriots, because they're back, and it didn't take long.
It definitely did take one. As we currently sit at, it is 3rd and 4 for the Baltimore Ravens. They're down at their own 41-yard line. If the Ravens don't convert this 3rd down, is it 4-down territory for the Ravens?
I don't think it is. I think, or are they in their own territory here? Nah,
yes,
not,
yes,
nah.
they're down at their own 41-yard line.
You punt it away. You still have the lead. The Browns haven't shown you anything on their offensive side. You would be best fit to punt the ball away.
All right. Yeah, we'll definitely see right there. And they're just about a yard short. They are 4th and 1. They're down at their 44-yard line. 4th down and 1 for the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see if they decide to go for it. I personally am of the mindset of you might as well go for it. You know, your defense has been shutting down the Browns all the game so far up to this point, and just simply say, why not do it again? You know, why not go and shut them down? Shut them down, and why not try to get it first? And as we look at, they do go for it, and the refs going to mark it, and they do convert the first down. So on 4th and 1, the Baltimore Ravens do go for it, and they do convert on the first down. So looks like my wiseness paid off because it came to fruition.
Why she's living up to his name.
Yeah, that is right. And as we look at Lamar Jackson giving a nice pass to Mark Andrews, gains 9 yards on the play, puts them right into Cleveland territory, down at the Cleveland 46-yard line. Not the 46-yard line that we see. Now we see that now you look at just a perfect throw by Lamar, straight to his reliable tight end and Mark Andrews. And it's just so far overall has been a slightly sluggish performance on the offense, but when they need the big plays, their offense steps up and makes the big plays. As it is another first down by the Baltimore Ravens, 1st down and 10, down at the Cleveland 42-yard line. And I think if I'm the Baltimore Ravens at this point, I think this is a drive to where you have to cash in for a touchdown. I mean, if you could cash this in for a touchdown, the way how your defense has been playing, they've been able to shut down pretty much the Browns for the most part all game so far as of this point.
Absolutely.
As we look at 1st and 10, they do hand it off to, it looks like Latavius Murray, as he does not gain anything. It will be 2nd down and 10 for the Browns as they are down in opponent's territory, down at their 42-yard line. What kind of play do you run if you're the Ravens, Jack? Do you go with another rushing play, or do you try to hit them with like a play action or a read option?
I think maybe catch them off guard here with a read option would probably be a good idea. I mean, they haven't really pulled off they went with the run a couple of times. I think that right now is the time to pull out the read option. I think it'll end up working well. Keep the Browns on their toes.
Well, Jack, you spoke it into existence because on this very play, Lamar Jackson does exactly what you said, a read option. I mean, you look at that, perfectly blended in, Gaines has a nice run on the play. I mean, you just talk about a genius play. Runs for 13 yards.
I'm behind on my NBC Sports stream, so for fair warning, that was not planned.
Yeah, as we look at it, is now 1st and 10 down at the Cleveland 29-yard line, and Lamar just gets the play off with no time, throws it deep, and it is just over the head of Mark Andrews, and he had Mark Andrews too, just missed him by a hair. And I mean, you look at in this game, if you're the Browns, that's a sigh of relief, because if Lamar Jackson hits that throw, it's an easy gimme touchdown. You're down 10-0, but Lamar misses the throw. It's 2nd down and 10, and if you're the Browns, you live another day.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what kind of play design they have here on 2nd down and 10. Play clock down to 3 here for the Ravens. They do another read option lookalike for Lamar Jackson, and he gains about 9 yards. Let's see where the refs mark him. They will mark him a yard short. It is 3rd down and 1 as they just enter the red zone down at the Cleveland 20-yard line. Cleveland 20-yard line. It is 3rd down and 1. And kind of once again, do you just simply just hand it off to Latavius Murray and just simply pray that they get the 1 yard, or do you just go with the reliable Lamar Jackson route?
I would just hand it off to Latavius Murray. I'd let Lamar Jackson do his work here. Give it to Lamar. Put it in the franchise player's hands. He'll get it.
And on this play here on 3rd and 1, they do decide to hand it off to Devonta Freeman. Man, and he gains 5 yards. It is 1st down and 10 down at the Cleveland 15-yard line. Ravens still lead 3-0 here on the score sheet. And when you look at just perfectly executed blocking by the line, I mean, on a 1-yard play, it's kind of a one-on-one. All O-line versus D-line. Whoever wins that matchup will most likely get the benefit. If the D-line wins it, it's going to be a stop. But if the O-line wins it, it's almost a guaranteed 1st down 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a 1st down if your O-line can win up front, bulldozing the defensive lineman. And then as you look at as we do head to commercial break, Jack, so far 3-0 for the Baltimore Ravens over the Cleveland Browns. What has been your overall thoughts on this game? Has this been the defensive slugfest that not a lot of people expected, or has this just been the offense just simply being slow?
I think it's been a slow start for the offense, especially for the Browns. The Ravens, they've started to get it together. I think the Ravens are going to start to pull away here in the first half. And if I'm not mistaken, they get the ball to start the second half. And I am not mistaken. Yeah, they get the ball to start the second half. So it's very dangerous right now for the Browns. They need a hold here, and they need to hold them to a field goal, and they need to score before the end of this first half.
I think you stated it perfectly, right on the money, Jack. I think this has to be the opportunity for the Browns defense. They have to hold them to. I mean, if you could get a turnover, fantastic. But I think if you could hold them to a field goal as well, I think that would be a win. I think that would be a win in Kevin Stefanski's book. And then, like you mentioned, once they get the ball, they have to score. There is no other option. I don't care if you settle for a field goal or anything like that. It could be a field goal or a touchdown. You have to at least get something on the board. You have to get some sort of points to give you a sort of boost going into the second half. Because I'm telling you right now, teams that get shut out in the first half, there's not a lot of confidence going into that locker room when you don't have any points to show for the performance they had in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, excuse me. And then while we are still on commercial break, Jack, are you in any fantasy football leagues?
I'm in a lot.
In a lot. All right. Well, we're gonna give the fans a teaser on the next commercial break because we are back from commercial break, and on the next commercial break, we'll kind of give our fantasy updates, how our fantasy teams are looking. You said you're in a lot. I'm in a lot as well. So we'll kind of give our updates on how we're looking on the next commercial break. But we are back. It is 1st down and 10. About 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Play action by Lamar, throws it to Devonta Freeman. Freeman again gains about 8 to 9 yards on the play. 2nd down and 2 down at the Cleveland 7. And like you mentioned, Jack, this Ravens offense is starting to get things rolling.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely are. And then it looks like Jadeveon Clowney is on the ground a little bit for the Cleveland Browns here. As we look, he made a tackle, and then looks like the defender might have hit him in the back of the head a little bit, going to attempt to make the tackle as well. So hopefully Jadeveon Clowney is in good shape after that hit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just a big player for the Browns here. They cannot afford to lose another guy. They already lost one on the offensive line. This would be on the opposite side of the ball, defense, but still need to keep your big players on the field.
You definitely do. And then we have the opposite side of things. We have my dad on the YouTube. Shout out dad. He says, hope the Browns win tonight, and we'll see if the Browns could pull off the upset. I think it'll be incredible to witness this, to see what happens. And yeah, just overall as a whole, let's see if they could step it up. And as we look at here, we're nearing the 5-minute mark of the first half. It is the Ravens converted on first down. It is 1st and goal. They are down at the 3-yard line. Let's see what Lamar Jackson decides to run here. Play clock down to 5. They hand it off to Devonta Freeman, and he is stopped short just inside the 1-yard line. It will be second down and goal for the Baltimore Ravens. And I personally believe that if the Ravens do convert here and get this touchdown, it's going to be a hard ask for the Cleveland Browns to try and get back in this game. And as we look at here, Lamar Jackson lining up in the pocket. And they do a handoff to, it looks like, Latavius Murray, and he gets stonewalled. He gets stonewalled by the Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett leading the charge for Cleveland. It is now 3rd down and goal, still from the same spot at the 1-yard line. Is this the opportunity now for the Ravens to go for a pass on this 3rd down and 1? I know we make the joke of don't pass the 1-yard line, but you try to run it twice and you get stoned both times. Do you try to hit him with the surprise pass and see if you can get a touchdown here, or do you just try and go another run?
I would roll out and try and hit Mark Andrews in the flat. That would be my play. Have Mark Andrews and then maybe Marquise Brown streaking across to the right, and be it because it's kind of an overhead option. If you can't hit, they commit to Mark Andrews. Just flip it over, a little play action here.
Mm-hmm. And as we look at the Ravens, they do go play action, and once again, Myles Garrett involved actually tipped the ball. And we look at if he does not tip that ball, that looks like it's going to be an easy walk-in touchdown for the Ravens. Lamar tells them to stay on the field. It is 4th and 1, and oh no, it looks like a false start by the Baltimore Ravens, and that's going to pretty much. It is a false start. It is really 4th down and 6, and that'll pretty much send out the field goal unit. And if you're the Cleveland Browns,
where's your stop?
Yeah, if you're the Cleveland Browns, what a huge stop that is. You're now still in this game. It's currently 3-0. Hopefully soon to be 6-0. I mean, Justin Tucker, he's been pretty much automatic for the most part this season. He's had a miss here and there, but this is about a 25-yard field goal. I don't think there's any way he misses this one.
Yeah, it'd be pretty far-fetched to think that he's gonna miss.
It is far-fetched because the snap was down and the kick was good as the Ravens lead 6-0. And like I mentioned, a huge stop by the Cleveland Browns. Their defense makes a big stand. And it gives the Browns an opportunity. You got 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in the half. I feel like if you're the Browns, you have to get points. And if you could get a touchdown, that would be fantastic. You'll have the lead going into half. But I just think if you're the Browns, you just have to be fine with any amount of points that you get, regardless of whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. You have to be perfectly settled with points. And while we are on commercial break, like I mentioned earlier, fantasy football update. Jack, how many fantasy football leagues are you in? You said a lot. I want to hear how much.
God, it's like 7. I know in Yahoo, I'm in a Yahoo league. I'm getting my doors blown off. To get an exact score for you, I'll have to go to the site. But there's that one league, and then the other money league I'm in it's looking pretty good right now. I'll share screen real quick and show both the teams. So I don't. Yeah, here
All
I'm on the
powers to you.
right. Yeah. Here I'm on the right, and that is my team. Pretty nice start. So I'm up 107-69 right now. And Myles Gaskin came up clutch because Chris Godwin had an off day. And quite honestly, he's been playing really well over the last however many games he's played in the season. So he's bound for an off game tonight, or today was his off game, and I was able to cover that up with a good performance from Gaskin. So I think I have it in the bag this week unless something unforeseen and ridiculous happens, which I'm not counting out, but I think I got that in the bag. So those are my two big fantasy leagues that I'm in. That's how they're working out for me right now.
Yeah, we definitely like to see that. Oh, for the rest of your success for fantasy football, that is. Me, I am in 9 fantasy leagues.
Oh,
You thought you
that makes me feel
you had
better
a lot.
about myself.
I was gonna say you thought you had a lot with 7. I got 9, and I will say in the 9
Makes
fantasy
me feel
leagues.
better about myself though. Don't have that many.
Yeah, just one of those. Yeah, I got a lot. I'm doing good in some. In the important fantasy leagues, I'm winning most of them. The unwrapped redraft, unwrapped. Just basically the unwrapped redraft. I'm doing pretty well, and I'm 5-6. I'm hanging on by a thread on that 6th seed, and I'm dominating one of my opponents. So doing pretty good for the most part on that side. And yeah, other than that, so far doing pretty good. And like I mentioned here, the Comet defense held them. Absolutely. It was a great defensive stand by the Cleveland Browns. I mean, you're talking from 2nd and goal, you were down at the 1, and you kept them in check. You kept them in check on 2nd down. You kept them in check on 3rd down.
Yeah, great.
And then on 4th down, you make the offensive line false start. And then you make the O-line false start, and that's exactly what you want. And then you look at a big play by Baker Mayfield and Cleveland Browns. They pass it up to their tight end, and that is a huge play. That is a huge play like that. Then how's my football pool going? I'm doing okay. I won't win this week because the Carolina Panthers screwed me over. But I'm still maintaining in the race. I'll be behind by a game, and just overall on the football pool side of things, I'm just glad the Packers won. If I can't win the football week, I'm just always glad that my team wins.
Yeah,
The Packers won. That's all that matters to me. And just overall, hopefully we'll bounce back, and hopefully we'll bounce back for the the football pool, and hopefully I try to get my first win. Because I've came close a couple times, but I've fallen just short. I've fallen just short a couple times. This is another week to where it falls short, and definitely go Pack, go indeed. Going to enjoy the bye week next week, week 13. We'll be stress-free. Just basically watch NFL Red Zone and, just talk a little bit about the Sunday Night Football. We got 1st and 10 for the Browns. They are down at the Ravens 34-yard line. This is something that we love to see here. And you look at it's a wildcat formation. You got Jarvis Landry going to pass. He's running, and some reason he throws it. The ball is out. And let's see who has it.
Oh.
And it looks like it is the Baltimore Ravens who have the football.
Oh, my God.
They have it in hand, and that is something you do not want to have happen if you are the Cleveland Browns. That I don't know why you call that. I truly don't understand why you would go wildcat when you're down on your opponent's 34-yard line.
Yeah.
And Jarvis Landry, he tries to force a pass. He's not a quarterback. That's
finest.
In a regular setting, you take it. And in the color cast side of things, we got Perry saying, let's go, boys. And we have two things that we like here. We have 2 people waiting. I will first throw in the co-host. Hold on. First, what I will do is I will invite Ben to the hot seat, and then I'll have him on for a quick 5 minutes, and then I will throw in Perry, and then I'll throw in Unwrap founder Perry Aston and go from there.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go at halftime, but yeah, well, Ben in here take you the rest of the way.
All right, Ben, you are on the hot seat for the 5 minutes. I heard that you might fill in at halftime, so after the 5 minutes are up, I'll fill you in for the co-caster. I sure can.
Yeah.
How's the game going so far? So I was listening in the car on the way home.
Oh, the game is boring. If you like offense, this game has been boring.
Clunker. Yeah.
Browns, I feel like are not capitalizing on opportunities nor the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And Ben, just to let you know, I did send you a StreamYard link to Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. So whenever you are available to join in, you could jump in on the StreamYard link as well.
Browns just picked off Lamar.
By the way, Jack, you know We Hoopin' on TikTok?
I'm on TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is the reason why I'm rooting for the Browns today. Like, honestly.
Oh, We Hoopin'. That dude drives me up a wall.
He's a college kicker too.
Yeah.
North Carolina Ravens fan.
I know.
What the Browns win today.
I literally have seen so many TikToks of him like just getting exposed as a bandwagon. There was actually a picture. It was a friend of him from like a few years back when he was like 9 or something, and it showed him in a like Seahawks jersey or something. It was the most funniest. That the comment section is absolutely flooded with people just roasting him. And you know what? I was a bit of a Seahawks bandwagon too, but I'm not one saying I'm not one to deny it. Yeah, I mean he was getting roasted, and he should be. Oh yeah, and when you do join, yeah, he's annoying. When you do join StreamYard, I do have my Eagles gear on, but I'm not happy. Either way.
No, neither am I.
That was a very angering game. The Union, though. At least the Union are not, baby. Union, baby.
I was very pleased with that game.
Hey, that was an impressive win.
It was, but we still have a long way to go before the title.
Well, we got the conference finals, right?
Yeah, it's probably going to be against Revs or NYCFC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll definitely see what'll happen there. And Ben, I know you're going to be hopping on the StreamYard in a little bit. I got Ethan Carboni here. He's going to go on the hot seat next. And Ben, just overall for a quick teaser for the people going onto the StreamYard, how big of a rant will we go on the Philadelphia Eagles?
He's going.
All right. I can't wait for you to hop on the StreamYard, Ben. As always, it's a pleasure to have you on the hot seat, and I'll see you in probably at around halftime.
See you, Ben.
All right, see you, Ben. Alrighty, we are going to add Ethan Carboni onto the hot seat. I'm gonna throw in Ethan Carboni for a nice old 10 minutes. Do you think that'll be good, Jack?
It is gonna be interesting. I mean, but it's kind of always interesting when Ethan hops on the mic, though. So I mean,
all right, Ethan Carboni, you are on the hot seat. You got 10 minutes. How are we doing, Ethan? I am doing great as well. My Green Bay Packers won. Your Chicago Bears got a nice W. Yeah. It's smooth sailing. I heard in the chat you put in hashtag Philly sucks. Explain to me how Philly sucks.
I think that's a fair start.
All right.
I think Jack can agree with me on that. That was a horrendous game of cards.
That was a terrible game.
The wide receivers didn't help him towards the end. But
Can we make Jalen Reagor walk home and
And
cut
hey,
him from the team.
just think, you could have had Justin Jefferson, but you took Jalen Reagor instead.
And you know what gets me? And you guys remember when the video came out of the Vikings war room, draft room, when we picked Jalen Reagor? They knew. I knew. Everyone in America knew, except for Howie Roseman, that we messed up. Hell, I think Doug Peterson was like, "What is this brain dead dude doing?" Like that was stupid, and he cost us a game 2 times. 2 touchdown passes he dropped. If you caught one of the other ones, I would have been fine with it, but he caught none of them.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Michael in the comment section. So far for me, I am doing good. Jack, how's it going for any of you guys as well? As Michael throws out in the comment section, how are we doing?
You know what? I did have a positive today. I did get a bit of scholarship money from Pitt Greensburg, so that lifted me up after a really negative afternoon from Philly. So I'm doing swell right now.
All right, that's what we like to see. And Ethan, I kind of want to throw this question to you as well. So far throughout the first half, what have been your thoughts? What have been your thoughts so far on this game? Has this just been like a regular boring game, or is this basically like a defensive slugfest, classic AFC North?
Well, I'll be honest, Hanukkah just ended for me. I wanted to watch some football, so I thought I'd hop on here. So I've been seeing the first couple plays out of the 2-minute warning.
All right, well, that's something we like to see here. It's 3rd down and 7 for the Browns, and it is incomplete. And you look at Jack. We mentioned that this was a drive to where Cleveland had to get some points. You're down at the Baltimore 28. You capitalize off of Lamar Jackson interception, but is it kind of a letdown when you don't get a touchdown after you force a takeaway like that?
I think it is a letdown if you don't get a touchdown here. But at this point, his offense has been been nullified by this Ravens defense. You got to get points, period. End of story. And you got to trust in your defense. His defense hasn't been bad. 6 points in one half to give up isn't bad at all. So I'd say you just got to get something going here.
Yeah, you have to get something going. And Ethan just had a flashback of the ages because the Browns kicker just doinked it and it went in. So we know Ethan as a Bears fan had some PSD moment right there.
Oh, don't worry, I get those Cody Parkey flashbacks. That's my number one nightmare. Like, forget about maybe push up the Empire State Building. No, my number one nightmare has got to be anytime I get the nightmare of that cold night where Cody Parkey decides to be an incompetent kicker.
He decided to be an incompetent kicker 12 times during that season when he missed kicks, too. Honestly, that night was kind of crazy. I still have a video of me celebrating that win. I kid you not. Mm-hmm. I was running around like a lunatic.
Hey, I will say, come from a Green Bay fan, that was the year where we missed the playoffs. I looked at that. I'm going to be honest. I did have the Bears winning that game, but I just thought to myself, I was like, man, the Bears. I'm just like, the Bears just really double doinked, and it didn't go in. Like before that kick, I've never seen a doink like that happen. I've seen it. I've seen it doink and go to the right, doink and go to the left. I've seen a kick doink and go in. I have never seen a ball go doink, doink down. I've
never seen a mascot react like the Bears mascot did. Never seen anyone react like that. I mean,
that's what Ethan did.
I felt so bad too. I'm gonna be quite honest. I was just so excited. I was ecstatic for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, dude, imagine being a Bears fan and losing off that. Like, I'd be dead right now.
We got.
Oh, Ben, we're talking about some positive moments.
Yeah, we were talking about the Eagles doing the double doink. We were talking about the double doink game.
Are we?
Now we got to talk about the
Jack. Are we that desperate right now that we have to talk about like 3 years ago to get over into the Giants today? Like seriously, bro. No.
Yeah, and here, Ethan, I have Ben on StreamYard. I'm gonna put you close to the mic. Is there anything that you have to say towards Ben Hoyt on how Philly sucks?
I'm not even listening.
You know, at least our young quarterback doesn't pull the same crap that Hurts did. For as bad as Fields has been his rookie year, which hasn't been completely awful, but at least our young quarterback doesn't pull that crap.
Dude, he got benched for Andy Dalton. Your rookie QB sucks so bad.
He said your rookie QB sucks, and he got benched for Andy Dolan. And Ethan Carboni, there's also a StreamYard link as well. If you like to talk to Ben Moore and still explain how Philly sucks, you can do that as well. Alrighty, Ethan, if you don't mind, I'm going to. But before I send you off for the hot seat, where can the great listeners of this Colorcast find all the great work that you do?
Well, number one, just go check out @ACR Madness. We're tweeting about college basketball every single day for the most part during the week. Right now, it's been hectic with Hanukkah and Thanksgiving and everything, so we haven't been too active. But along with this week's games being not the best, we're going to be a bit less active this week, but as the season keeps ramping up, we're tweeting every single top matchup. And we have some inside sources for some of the best teams in the country. Cough, cough, Georgia Tech, cough, cough, Illinois.
All right, well, we like the sound of that. Ethan, as always, it's a pleasure to have you on for Colorcast. And if you do join on the StreamYard, it's going to be epic.
That's good. Where's the link?
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'll send you. I'll send you the link in WhatsApp.
Perfect. See ya.
There will be some fireworks going off if Ethan and Ben are in the same StreamYard. We'll say that.
And Ben, I think I send you the Colorcast. The link is in the chat, Ben, for you to join in, so I could put you in as a co-host.
All right, let me do that right now.
Yeah, let me leave real quick so that.
Yeah, no, but and as always, Jack, thank you for filling in. You did a great job. Trust me, Ben, it was a struggle. I did not know what I was doing with Colorcast at first, but now that I got it down, I think I got it ready to go.
Yeah, Jack, again, thank you for holding down the fort. You are the best.
Hey, I'm gonna be very excited to see this rant coming up, dude. I got some time before I hit the hay, so I'm gonna listen to that. Thank you so much, guys.
Sounds good.
All right, Ben, the floor is yours. You are the regular co-host. I am going to add on. We got Corey Easton here going to be on the hot seat. How much time should we give him, Ben?
Let's give him 5 minutes. It's fair.
All right, we'll go 5 minutes. All right, just sent a thing out just down on Corey. He says we need some Andrews yards for gambling purposes.
Let me get it. I'm gonna get some headphones real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we got Ben Hoyt going to grab some headphones. He's obviously he's got a win-loss situation. The Eagles embarrassed themselves, but the Philadelphia Union soccer team did get a nice W. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals, so they're in a good situation there. We got the Browns. He's not the Browns. We got the Baltimore Ravens with the ball. They are down at their own 28-yard line. It is 1st down and 10. We got Ben going to grab some nice headphones. Got him walking around. He sits down in his chair. He removes one set of headphones. He's going to put on another one. He's going to put on another one. And is Ben ready to go?
I am ready to go. And why is he filming me?
All right. Oh, hold on. I have to send the link. That's why he's probably calling and saying, "Yo, where's my link?" So let me
probably
get
yeah.
let me get that going for him. But anyways, Ben, it's 3rd down and a long 21. The Ravens are up 6-3. What has been your overall thoughts on this first half? Whether that's you tuning in to it through the car or getting quick updates. What has been your thoughts of this game?
I've gotten quick updates throughout this game. Not a lot, but if any game would outbore the Eagles-Giants game, this is the one.
Ooh, you said if there was any game that would outbore you in this one, it must be a boring game then.
Yes, it is a very, very boring game then.
They have to be, as we look at the Ravens, they're moving it slowly but surely down the field. It is 2nd down and 2. They are down at the 30-yard line. Down at the 30-yard line with about 32 seconds left. As we look at the Ravens, man, they just continue to move it down the field. It's 6-3. How important is it for the Cleveland Browns, Ben, to make another stop and trying to keep themselves in this game?
Really important because, if the Ravens score again, there's no momentum going your way. So I feel like you're not going to get the ball this half probably, but who won the kickoff? The coin toss, my bad.
The coin toss, I believe it was the Browns. I think the Browns start off with the ball first, and I think the Ravens get it in the second half. But we have a great special guest, Ethan Carboni. Ethan, who was previously on the Color Cast, now on the StreamYard. Ethan, continue your reasoning on why #Philly sucks.
All right, so I'm just going to pull up the stats for this game really quickly because I don't want to say random crap that will not be true. Because I like when
So you're not doing the usual tonight, I see.
I mean, we kind of are. I mean, I will say this. The one thing that's been solid about Philly for the past couple of weeks has been their ground game. I will say, though, when Boston Scott and Miles Sanders get outrushed by
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ethan. We just had another takeaway by the Cleveland Browns defense. Lamar Jackson turns the ball over again. The Browns have another opportunity. 21 seconds left. They get the ball back, down by 6, and it looks like Lamar Jackson threw an interception. They are down at the 33-yard line. You look at it's just a missed throw. That's just a missed throw by Lamar Jackson. He tried to target Mark Andrews. Clearly a miscue or a miss, but another three interceptions for Lamar Jackson. Clearly unacceptable. And Ben, if you're the Browns, do you try and go march down the field, get some points, or do you just take a knee and go to half?
What yard line are they on? Because
they are down at their own 33-yard line. They're down at their own 33-yard line. They have 2 timeouts, 21 seconds left.
I would try. Do they get the ball in the second half?
I mean, I believe they do.
All right, because I don't think you have to be that urgent. Don't force a mistake. You know what? Just take a knee. You're gonna get the ball after the half.
Well, they are going to go for it, so they're going to be very aggressive. I'm sorry. Carry on, Ethan.
I'm just confused because you have Jalen Hurts. While he has been a very consistent runner, has he been able to get it done in the passing game? I think tonight, well, not tonight, but this early afternoon really showed. Hurts is almost like I think a worse Lamar Jackson is probably the right term. Because Lamar, at least he can sometimes throw the ball. Although he does have, good targets like a 4.3 speedster in Hollywood Brown and a 6.6 tight end with Mark Andrews. Hurts has Dallas Goedert, who he targeted 3 times today, I believe, and caught 1 catch for 0 yards. I mean, at least that's according to my fantasy stats. Yep, and according to Bleacher Reports as well. So,
yeah, look, I believe Jalen Hurts needs some maturing, but the stats actually look better than Lamar's in Jalen Hurts' first career starts. We need a better team to build it around. I believe Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, and I believe Devonta Smith is a premier receiver. He should have gotten the ball, by the way, on that play, not stupid Jalen Reagor. But I don't know. I have nothing to say. I wave the white flag for this game. Move on from this game. This is, by the way, we didn't have Jordan Howard today, I believe. He's been a big factor in the running game. Your discards from the old Bears team has really helped us a lot recently.
That's expected, although to be fair, I'd say Boston Scott has been your most consistent running back this year.
Jordan Howard has actually been getting like solid gains per run. I would not be.
He's only played 3 games though.
Still, he's been very consistent.
Very consistent. That doesn't make a full half season, or even now it doesn't even make a full quarter season.
That's very true, but I still believe Jordan Howard's our best runner. I mean, he's getting 5 or 6 yards per carry. He's doing really well for himself.
Who knows? Maybe he can earn that extra overrated fat paycheck of $3 million a year for a running back.
No, absolutely not.
And as you look at the Browns, they punted away because it was a 4th down. They pretty much got a second left. We're pretty much heading towards halftime here, and it has been a defensive slugfest to say the least. Some people say boring, others say straight defense. And I'd say it's straight defense. Ravens lead the Browns 6-3. We enter in halftime of this game, and hopefully the second half brings much better joy than the first half, because if we're being quite honest here, the first half was very boring and very full of defense.
Yep. Ethan, what did your Bears do today?
Well,
Nothing,
they played on
they
Thanksgiving.
won on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, right. They barely won against an 0-something team.
9-1.
Yeah, that's a high school team you almost lost to.
But hey, a win's a win, Ben. Something your Eagles didn't get.
We lost to a high school team today. That's fair.
Yeah, you did. The Bears beat a high school team, but you lost to a high school team.
Yeah, you lost to Daniel Jones. That's worse than losing to a high school team.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad to say the least.
I don't know. That's a game you had to win for the Eagles. Again, they built my hope for it to be shot down out of the sky like a discus.
Yeah, and I will say Ben is right. I was telling Ben, hey Ben, your Eagles, they got the Giants, they got the Jets, they got the Giants one more time, you got the Washington football team, you got Dallas, maybe you might make a playoff shot. And then he said, you know what, we got to try to focus on this week first, see if we even beat the Giants. And they couldn't beat the Giants, and they're pretty much went their playoff hopes.
You got to win out, basically.
Whatever slim hope they had.
You either have to only lose one more or win out. And that's the only way.
That slim hope might be the same slim chance that the Eagles have of getting a non-bust pick in the first round with their 3 first-round picks that they should have next draft.
Miami's doing terrible. We have their first-round pick.
Miami's 4-7. They're on a 3-game win streak.
They won?
They did. They beat the Panthers. They're 5-7.
Yeah.
They got the same record as you.
Oh, I thought they lost. I thought that was an automatic thing.
You still only get 2 top 10 picks. They both suck.
Yeah, that is true. And you got the Colts pick going for you, but they're 6-6. So you're about to have 3 mid-first round picks. No top 10 picks.
To be fair, would you rather have 3 mid-first round picks or 1 early and then 2 late seconds?
Oh, I'd go 3 mids, easy.
Exactly. At least now you have 3 chances to hit on what should, personally, I'd say take 3 quarterbacks. Because at that rate, you're guaranteeing at least 2 of them might turn out well.
Wow, that's so smart. I can't believe that's a great idea. No, I'm not taking 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, it is. Because I think the number's 2/3 out of quarterbacks drafted in the first round.
I am never taking a quarterback out of this class. I'm believing in Hurts.
Oh, I hate this quarterback class. I don't think any of them should go in the first round.
No, that's why I'm saying, why would I draft 3 quarterbacks, Ethan?
I don't know. That's just a Philly thing to do.
I mean, why would you draft Jalen Hurts in the second round last year when Carson Wentz only had 1 down year?
Didn't we see what happened last year?
Yeah, but are you seeing what Wentz Annapolis is doing this year with the competent O-line?
I still think that's a majority of Frank Reich using his old play. I mean, their chemistry together was so great in Philadelphia, and he knows what can make Wentz, Wentz. I don't believe Doug Peterson knew that. Doug Peterson's an oaf.
Well, that oaf took you to the Super Bowl.
That oaf that actually made Carson Wentz who he is and made Nick Foles who he is, my bad, was Frank Reich.
Man, dude, can you believe that, Ethan? The Philly sports, the gourd on them to have disrespect to their coach who led them to a Super Bowl. The only Super Bowl in the next 50 years.
I'll agree with Ben here. Peterson was a bum. He locked into a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
he also correct me if he also locked into Michael Vick coming back from the pound.
Nope, that was Andy Reid.
No, that was Andy Reid.
That was Andy Reid. Yeah, exactly. So Doug Peterson didn't even do that.
Nope. I mean, Doug Peterson was offensive coordinator for Kansas City under Andy Reid before he went to Philly.
Right, but he didn't even get Michael Vick. All he got was a lucky Super Bowl run by Nick Foles.
Yeah, pretty much. Which was set up by Carson Wentz himself. Because Carson Wentz went 13-2.
Yeah, no, this was entirely Frank Reich, because remember, before Doug Peterson, there was a certain man who is banned from my house, banned from this city, named Chip Kelly.
He's turning UCLA around right now.
I don't care.
Turning UCLA, not Philly.
I don't care. If he comes within our city limits, he is fair game to anyone in that city.
So what you're saying is, if we see Chip Kelly in Philadelphia, we're going to see Ben Hoyt fist fighting Chip Kelly.
Pitchforks, the old-fashioned way. Grab the pitchforks.
Are you going to roast him on a spit?
No. Maybe fist fights may be the way. I'll take fist fight. No, I feel like I would totally win a fist fight against Chip Kelly. Just what I'm saying.
Hey, you guys want to hear a funny story?
It's a funny story.
So earlier this week, we have gym volleyball for our unit right now. One of the kids is a sophomore. He played varsity as a freshman. Odds are he's probably going to go D1 because he's good. So he's about, say 6'3", 6'4", 240. Ben, I'm about 5'10", 160 now. I blocked 4 of his spikes in a row.
I'm good at volleyball too.
Yeah,
I love that sport.
Swole Ethan right there, just showing people
It
up.
was the funniest thing. And he was like, what the is going on? And I'm just sitting there like dominating. We lost because one of our teammates screwed up 4 times in a row, but it's fine. It was fun. We lost
Don't mess with Ethan and gym volleyball. By the way, do you know
I'm seriously considering actually trying out this year.
Do you know who is probably one of the greatest volleyball players that I've ever seen, period, and that could have gone to the Olympics to play volleyball but went to the NFL?
Wilt Chamberlain?
Nope.
Oh wait, no, it's NBA.
No. This is NFL we're talking about. Remember, I've seen this guy play volleyball and basketball in high school.
Jimmy Graham?
No, remember, New Jersey.
I thought nothing ever came out of New Jersey that was good, though.
A lot of things come out of New Jersey that was good.
All right,
Mike Gesicki. He was a volleyball player.
I like that, Mike Gesicki. He should have went to volleyball. Might have been better at that than being stuck with the Dolphins.
He's making an okay living for himself.
I'd say he definitely is. Ooh, Matt, you're gonna get Corey on the hot seat?
Yeah, I'm trying to get him on the hot seat. But I do have Perry Aston here. I'm gonna see if he can hop on the hot seat as well.
By the way, while they're doing that,
how long do you think for Perry? Another 5 minutes?
Yeah, we can do 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, before we get Perry on, I want to do a quick tidbit. So I have the honor of broadcasting the PIAA 6A semifinals next week. Garden Valley versus St. Joe's Prep. Can you name the one notable figure in this game that went to St. Joe's Prep?
Mark Andrews?
It is not a player.
John Harbaugh.
It is not John Harbaugh. It is indeed Kevin Stefanski, is a St. Joe's Prep football alumni.
Wait, so it's not John Harbaugh. It's not Kevin Stefanski.
No, it is Kevin
No, it is
Stefanski.
Kevin Stefanski.
All right, it is Kevin Stefanski. Sweet.
Have you guys ever seen the old photo of Nick Saban when he was a safety for Kent State?
No.
I want you guys to look it up and tell me. Do you think you could win an Oklahoma drill against him?
Against Nick Saban?
Against prime Nick Saban in 1971.
No chance. Not me. No chance.
Come on, Ben. You talk yourself up on how athletic you are.
I'm telling
I'm
you.
realistic. I'm realistic. I have no chance. I didn't play football.
I'm not playing a Division I college player. If I had to beat you in a 1v1, you being cornerback, me being wide receiver, I would toast you. But if it's Nick Saban, no, I don't. He's a Division I football player.
That's one-on-one Oklahoma drill. You get ball, he's defense. You truck him or he hits you.
Oh, I would truck you easy. You would be on the floor.
Nick Saban, not me.
I'm just saying, you would be on the floor. No, I would not beat Nick Saban.
I want to see Nick Saban flat in bed.
God, that'd be hilarious if prime Nick Saban just went up to bed and just flattened him like Flat Stanley.
You know how there's always the argument who could tackle Derrick Henry? I feel like Corey could.
Oh, Corey's probably the only person who could tackle Derrick Henry.
And unwrapped at least, yeah. I'd love to see.
Maybe Christian too. Maybe
I was gonna say Christian. He's pretty athletic.
Christian, but that's pretty much it. Between Christian and Corey, that's about it. Those are the only two. I know for a fact I got no chance against Derrick Henry. Me, no, not a chance.
I think I could maybe get a shoestring tackle, but that would be about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we're going like little tic-tacky tackles, yeah, I'd go side swipe on the feet.
I know. I would just get Ethan pure on the ribs. Just bam, down he goes.
Well, we see that's Ethan.
I guess I'm Derrick Henry now.
Ben's hatred for Ethan is at an all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't help Ethan. It doesn't help Ben's case when the Bears won and the Eagles lost. Ben can just not Ben. Ethan can just dance all over Ben's grave of the Eagles.
I wouldn't be surprised if we did that sometime in the future in like 2081.
No, I'd spit on the grave of the Eagles.
You spit.
What kind of spit? Is it like a loogie spit or is it just a regular spit?
Both, and then I'd go fertilize it.
Got it.
That's deep.
That's nasty, dude.
That is pure disgust.
You know what else is nasty? The way Jalen Hurts has played his entire career.
Do you think that the Eagles should have had 5 wins this year?
I think that you guys are finishing with 7 at most. And I said that in the beginning.
Do you think at the beginning? Oh, you said that we would have 7 wins. Matt, do you think the Eagles would have 7 wins?
I said that y'all were going.
I thought the Eagles would have 6 wins.
Yeah, same.
Nah.
I knew Philadelphia was going to be better than what they were last year, and last year they had 4 wins. I knew they were going to at least be better than 4 wins, whether that be 5 wins, whether that be 6 wins. Or 7 wins. I did say a bold statement. I did say the Giants would finish last and not the Eagles. So far, it's going up to fruition.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't be surprised if we just beat Washington twice and we'd be ahead of the football team too.
Yeah, I had you guys pretty close.
Hey, I have a question for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
What is your question?
Name a forgotten running back from like whenever. Just someone that has been forgotten in NFL history.
Been forgotten, and do they have to be playing today or
no? Retired preferably.
Preferably. What about Darren McFadden?
That's what I was thinking.
That boy Darren McFadden killed his career during the Raiders and the one stint he had with Dallas.
I was going to go the opposite way. I was going to go with the Dallas running back first, and then he flopped
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray.
People know who DeMarco Murray is, Ben.
Yeah. If anything,
Just because he stuck in Philly doesn't mean you got to drag his name and the unknown running backs. People know who DeMarco Murray is.
I even heard his name in like
he led the league in rushing, and he was dominant until he left for Philly, and then Philly made him terrible.
I haven't heard his name in like 9 years.
Well, yeah, that's because he retired recently because King Henry basically took over. A lot of people forget that. Like DeMarco Murray's first year in Tennessee, he was back to prime form, and then Derrick Henry had a big playoff game against Kansas City and pretty much won the job.
I'm trying to figure out who else. I mean,
I could put Maurice Jones-Drew.
I was gonna go Maurice. That was the one I was gonna go.
I would say Steven Jackson. That's a good pull, Ethan. Especially like his time with the Rams, a little bit with the Falcons too. That's a good pull.
Who else can we go here?
Is Devonta Freeman still in the league?
Yeah?
Yeah, Devonta Freeman's on the Ravens. You just saw him playing.
I didn't see him play. I was out all night.
Yeah, like he just made some big rush attempts this game. And we are back in the second half of this defensive slugfest, 6-3.
Oh, you know Fred Taylor.
Oh, Fred Taylor, he's the best Jaguars running back in their history. Like, if you have to rank Jaguars franchise running backs, it's Fred Taylor and then Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yep.
And then maybe James Robinson. And that's it. They don't have a third best running back.
CJ Spiller for the Bills.
Oh, I remember CJ.
I think everybody remembers Reggie Bush.
I definitely remember Reggie Bush. My uncle's is a Saints fan.
Willis McGahee?
I don't know who that is next.
Nah, you know what? Curtis Martin.
How does someone forget about Curtis Martin?
Hey, you never know. People didn't know Curtis Martin used to play on the Patriots before he went to the Jets.
I knew that.
Well, that's because you're a sports fanatic.
True.
Samaje Perine?
Yeah, I know that name.
Ooh, hold on. We got Corey here on the hot seat. What's going on, Corey?
I'm on short time here. I'm at work.
All right, not a problem. We got 5 minutes with you. How's your Andrews yards looking?
How's my what? Sorry.
How's your Mark Andrews yards?
Not looking good.
It's all good. How many yards do we need?
56 and a half.
57.
Corey, let me ask you something real quick. I know you've been trolling in the chat and just saying Minshew season. Are you actually for real about that?
Yeah, sure. Give him a shot. I mean, this offense is just a one-read runoff right now. What could be worse?
Thank you.
Wait, Matt, do you want to follow up on that? On why he's like literally lunatic crazy?
I want to hear what Ethan has to say because he was the one who supported. It's like, yeah,
I 100% agree with you, Corey. It really is just Jalen Hurts. Do I see something? Nope. All right, I'm a run.
Well, the problem is they've been rolling him out to have to field because he can't read the whole field. Like, he can only read like one read. And it's like, he can't get to his third, fourth option.
No, he's a maturing quarterback, though, and he makes the throws he needs to make.
3 interceptions, 0 touchdowns.
Okay, this isn't like 2004 where you get like 18 years to get through the quarterback.
But you're going to only give him 2? A little hasty, don't you think? All right.
Yeah, and all I gotta say is like for right now.
I see you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the mindset, Corey. I would only throw in Gardner Minshew if the Eagles season is finished. Like if they got nowhere going. You know, how about this, Ben? If the Eagles lose to the Jets next week, will you throw in Gardner Minshew?
Sure, for like a drive. Sure, why not?
No, you throw him in the whole game, Ben. You're not throwing in a quarterback for just one drive.
Dude, I'm only a thinker by game, and I'm a irrational thinker by game. Right now, I'm sticking with Hurts, and if it changes after the Jets game, it changes. So we'll see.
All right, Corey. We have you on for 2 minutes and 15 more seconds. Is there anything else you'd like to touch on?
I'm just gonna say there's been a lot of QB turnovers this week, just unseasonably.
Yeah, that is true. There's been a lot of QB.
Hard to tell who's good and who's not good right now. That's all I'm saying.
There definitely is. And also, for those of you guys who do not know, Corey is also a big Patriots fan. Your Pats moved to 8-4 and just demolished the Tennessee Titans. How we feeling?
Feeling great. BB and Josh McDaniels have done an amazing job this season. They're the reason why this team wins. And it's about team. It's not about one player.
And do you think the Patriots have the best chance to be the team to beat in the AFC, or is it one of those wait until we play Buffalo?
I'm definitely like our chances against Buffalo. Josh Allen's like 33rd in the league against zone defense this year. BB's going to know that going in. I'm not scared of anything that Buffalo can do. We saw what the Colts did against them. Patriots probably the most physical team in the NFL right now in terms of offensive line, defense line.
And Corey, it's always a pleasure to have you on the last minute that we have you on. Where can the great viewers of Colorcast find all the great work that you do?
I'm actually on Colorcast now at the USN, so I will be on there. I'm going to start getting on there a lot more. Maybe just the other stuff, NBA, NFL, stuff like that. So you can find me here on Colorcast. You can find me on Twitter at C152 as well.
All right, awesome. Corey, it's always a pleasure to have you on, and always a pleasure whenever you throw out wisdom on bets. And also, for those of you guys who do not know, Corey predicted CMC not having a great season, and look at what's happened. So whenever Corey speaks on fantasy football, listen to him because he's also a big Mixon believer.
Always. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Obviously not a big Hurts believer.
No, he's all in on Minshew. I love whenever Corey speaks.
Why? Like why Uncle Rico? Like seriously, just try. It's only been 2 seasons. Actually, less than that because Carson started most of last year.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Some people can have different opinions on different players. I'm one of those to where I rather Hurts. I don't like the QBs in this draft, and I just personally, just kind of wait and see how he does. If he does great, and if he doesn't do well, then sucks to suck and move on to the next one. That's just one of those to where you just have to move on. And you hate to see it. Now, I was wrong, Ben. The Ravens did start the ball with the second half, and the Ravens have to call a timeout to give a quick game update. For you guys, the Ravens are down all the way at the Cleveland 13-yard line. They are in the red zone, and it is third down. And it's 3rd down and 10. So far, it has been a debate. We even have in the Colorcast comment section, we have Corey saying has sparked up a debate: Hurts or Trubisky. Hey,
Oh
Ben,
my
if
God.
you got something to say, you throw it out in the chat.
Mitch, I will. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Oh my God, that's so funny. He could be a stand-up comedian. Like seriously, aside from his basketball career.
I'm gonna say I would say Hurts by a hair. Hey, Trubisky did make the playoffs twice. Hurts has no playoff appearances. And what great scramble mobility. What a play by Lamar Jackson. Just scrambling around, running around, looking like a fool, and he pulls off one of the greatest touchdowns I've seen in a while. And you look at for the Browns, that's just unacceptable. You cannot happen. Look at this replay again, Ben. You got Lamar, he's scrambling. He's all the way back at his own 35, and he throws it, and Mark Andrews somehow seeps wide open. And I know Corey is thrilled because we're looking for some Mark Andrews numbers. And Lamar just threw a perfect pass for 13 yards to Mark Andrews. And you look at if you're the Browns, you can't let that happen. That was terrible defense, unacceptable awareness. You can't let that happen in a game like this.
You may want to check the chat, Matt.
Yeah, and as we see in the Colorcast chat, you have Mitch Trubisky. Seriously, I'm taking my developing QB.
That was clever,
Corey,
Mitch Trubisky, because he throws picks.
It's clever. It's clever. I mean, he's a different guy in Buffalo. He's different in Buffalo. When he was in Chicago, yes, he was Trubisky. But in Buffalo, he's a different animal. That dude's a pure menace. So then, this is low. You said if Mitchell Trubisky had this JV high school team he's working with, he would be Nate Peterman. I mean, hey, who knows? He would have Nick Sirianni instead of Doug Peterson. You know, maybe Doug Peterson was the reason why. Well, I mean, why do you even say that? I would say Trubisky, he wouldn't have Matt Nagy. He'd have Nick Sirianni instead. So who knows? Maybe he would be better.
Tomato.
You know, you Lord may never know. But we are on commercial break, and Ben, we haven't reached this yet. It is called overreaction for Week 12. Ben, I want to hear your main overreaction for Week 12, and why is it the Eagles will lose the rest of their games for this season?
Funny. I forgot to laugh.
Oh, come on, that was good, and you know it.
My overreaction for Week 12 is that I don't think it's really an overreaction, but I'm going to just state it anyway. The Lions will be the first winless team to play 17 games. Honestly, I believe they're going to lose the rest of their games this season. Their coach is going to be fired, and then they're going to move on from Jared Goff and just tear the whole thing down.
Ooh, that's a bold overreaction for Week 12. My overreaction for Week 12 is that the Dallas Cowboys will lose in the first round of the playoffs. They'll win the NFC East, but in the wild card round, regardless of who they play, they will be bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
How's that no
playoff run?
How's that an overreaction if that happens every single year that the Cowboys make the playoffs? I'm like, seriously.
Hey, I mean, I could think of a better overreaction. I could even say the Buffalo Bills are going to be a wild card team and they're going to lose in the first round. That's overreaction.
That's a better overreaction. I'll give you that.
But bam, you see, I could serve up some overreactions.
Yeah,
and I could throw it down.
Perry, just spill in the comments and just say Ben is right. We lose every year in the playoffs. Tony Romo was a bum. There you go. Yeah, any of those things in the comments would be great, Perry. Thank you. Actually, he's a better color commentator than he was quarterback. Like, he's a great color commentator.
Well, in a quarterback, he leads the Cowboys franchise in all-time passing yards, ahead of Troy Aikman.
Did he win a playoff game? I don't believe he won a playoff game.
He won like two. He won like two playoff games.
2 playoff games and no hardware. Yeah. No, I don't care if he has the most passing yards in Dallas Cowboys history. 2 playoff games and no rings. Literally, the 2017 Eagles just squashed Tony Romo's career in terms of wins and rings. In 1 year. In 1 year. And that's compared to Tony Romo's whole career.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Foles wins again.
And as we look at the Browns make another big play, a gain of about 16 yards, Baker Mayfield to Nick Chubb as they are down at their own 41-yard line. And Ben, what's the mindset for the Cleveland Browns on this drive? Is this a must-score, a touchdown kind of drive?
Absolutely. It's 13-3. You have no momentum. You're down 10 points to a team that's most likely going to win the AFC North. Yeah, you got to score. There's only 9:29 left in the third. If you don't score, the Ravens can get the ball back, score on you, and then that ball game's over. I mean, you really do need to score here.
You definitely lay down some great points there, Ben. We got second down and 4, pass to Donovan Peoples-Jones. And we'll see what Mayfield has in store here. He's currently 12-24 for about 164 yards. And then he does another handoff to, it looks like, Nick Chubb, and he is stopped for nowhere. Loses a yard. 3rd and 5 here for the Browns. Ben, if you are Kevin Stefanski, what kind of play are you dialing up?
Was it 3rd and 4? 3rd and 5? Throw a screen. What's the harm in that? Get a screen to Chubb, let him make a powerful run, get the first down.
All righty, let's see if that comes to fruition. I mean, I will say we did have a play that came to fruition one time. Jack Morgan earlier in the first half said that Lamar should do a read option, and what happens on that play? A read option happens. But to no avail for Ben. They did not do a screen pass. They threw a regular pass, but Marlon Humphrey forced the incompletion. It is 4th and 5. Cleveland is down at their own 46. Is this 4-down territory for the Browns?
No, you have to punt. That's unfortunate for the Browns, though, because you can't let the Ravens score now.
Definitely can't. But then you also look at a Browns receiver. He should have caught that. I mean, it's right in his hands, right in the breadbasket. You got to catch it.
Who the heck is Deandre Felton? I've never heard that guy before.
Well, I mean, Deandre Felton, he has to make that catch. There's no excuse. And then they punt it away. It's a fair catch. And as we do head to commercial break, the Ravens up 13-3. Ben, I got Jack's side of things for the Eagles looking. I need to get your side of the thing.
You didn't get it already?
Is yours.
All right.
Just to see if there's any more.
All right. So I'll give a little summary. How about that?
All right. Go ahead with the summary.
This game was summarized of suck, and more suck. Every single Eagles offensive player sucked. Plain and simple. I mean, Jalen Hurts threw 3 picks. Jalen Reagor looks like the next coming of Nelson Aguilar in 2000 whatever, right before the Super Bowl. I mean, run game was off. We didn't have Jordan Howard. That sucked. But Miles Sanders should be doing more since he is, I don't know, the lead running back. Nate Herbig. I can't even – we should cut him right now. I mean, I know we have to have a backup center, but you can't have 2 holding calls, one that prevents a touchdown for Boston Scott. And when Kelsey came in, things looked so much better than when you were in, stupid Herbig. And then defense did what it needs to do to keep you in the game, and you drop a pass at the friggin' 1-yard line. Stupid Jalen Reagor. Stupid. I mean, you drop 2 potential touchdown passes, Jalen, and you do nothing on punt returns and kickoff returns, and we still put you on the field. I am beyond disgusted on so many different levels. Ethan made this a whole lot worse for me.
Hey, go Philadelphia Union, though.
Oh, yeah, that was an upside. I was at the game. That's why I was not at the first half. Beat a Nashville SC on penalty kicks. By the way, Corey with Minshew and Trubisky, that's ridiculous. Just trust in the quarterback. It's literally his first full season. Trust the process, if I could say anything Philly related without screaming. And nothing else than that. That's a game you have to win. It's New York. Both New York teams are JV middle school bench warmer teams. You have to win.
Well, that was
unexcusable or inexcusable, whatever the word is that's grammatically correct. I don't care. Inexcusable.
Man, that is a very successful rant, Ben, because that took us the entire commercial break. You let it all out, but hey, that's good with emotion. Sometimes you got to let it all out, and I think you let it all out, and hopefully your Eagles bounce back next week against the Jets, because, boy, if they lose to the Jets, I know for sure you are going to Lay the hammer down.
The Jets have never beaten the Eagles in franchise history. Eagles have won that game every single time. If we lose this year, I will lay down the law. And and by the way, I know Ethan will come with one of those rants of, "Oh, this is why Philly sucks." Yeah, I don't care. I don't care at all. It's not getting to my head, even though it looks like it.
Man, even though it looks like it, that's going to be tough to. That's going to be tough if that happens. I will say, if you guys lose to the Jets, it's going to be very hard for me to defend your Eagles. It's going to be very hard.
It's hard to defend them right now. What do you mean?
I mean, it's a division rival. You could always pull that card. But then again, like, it is the Giants. So
it's
like,
Daniel Jones. That's all I need to say. Daniel Jones. Fumblerooski Jones. The one that actually tripped on himself trying to score a touchdown. Daniel Jones.
Hey man, it's a tough life out here. So some people have it's tough. You know, so sometimes the life is different. You know, sometimes it's built different out here. And as we look at a quick game update here, it is 1st and 10 for the Ravens. They do a read option with Lamar Jackson. He gains about 2 to 3 yards. He gains 1 yard, and it is 2nd down and 9 for the Baltimore Ravens.
I'm still too angry about Philly. I mean, I don't know. No. Browns have no momentum. They had a great pass to Marquise Brown that I just saw. Ravens have all the momentum, and this is the Ravens game to lose. If you choke this, I mean, you can't even defend yourself.
That is true. You want to be able to 2nd down and 9. You look at Lamar looking to go, and he throws it away. It is 3rd down and 9. There is a flag thrown on the play. We'll see if they call Jadeveon Clowney for roughing the passer. Let's see what kind of flag they throw here.
Wait, Clowney's still in the league?
Yeah.
He's with Cleveland, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they do call roughing the passer on the Baltimore Ravens, on the Cleveland Browns, and it's an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, I know he can make those stupid penalties. I'm not surprised it was Clowney. Yeah, no, stupid penalty when you had some momentum going for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just one of those to where, you know, like I mentioned in the first half, the Browns, they had some bad penalties. And when you're facing a good team like the Baltimore Ravens, you can't have silly penalties like this. Silly penalties like this are unacceptable. Like that's not how you win games. That's how, in my opinion, the great teams are separated from the good teams. The good teams, they make big plays, but they have mistakes. The great teams, they make great plays, but they have very little mistakes. Like you look at how did the Green Bay Packers beat the Los Angeles Rams today? Because the Green Bay Packers forced turnovers. The Rams turned the ball over about 3 times. The Packers only turned the ball over once, and the Packers won by 8, 36-28. What's the difference in that game? Turnovers. Stafford doesn't throw a pick 6 or fumble the ball, or the kick returner doesn't fumble the ball. We're talking about a different ball game. But those things happen. The Packers capitalized, and the Rams failed. And that was the difference in that game.
Yeah, the more turnovers you create, the more possessions you have. The more possessions you have, the more chances you score. The more chances you score, the more you do score. It's
Preach,
a pattern.
Ben, preach. Preach, Ben, preach.
I mean, that it's just a pattern. And I mean, you turn the ball over, you will lose the game. Plain and simple. Eagles had 4 turnovers today. The fact that they were in this game was remarkable. The Rams had 3 turnovers today. The fact that they were in the game was remarkable. So
the Rams are a competitive team. I mean, the Rams are going to be a team to where you're going to see a lot in the playoffs. So it did not shock me
No,
that.
but I'm saying if you turn the ball over more than twice, I mean, it's not an automatic loss, but you're heading toward Loserville, if you get what I'm saying.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I definitely understand that level. Yeah, that's definitely one of those. If you turn the ball over like 3 to 4 times, and it also depends on like who you play. Look at the Indianapolis Colts game. The Colts lost 38-31, but why did they lose 38-31? 3 second half turnovers by your boy Carson Wentz, aka Wentzanapolis.
By the way,
Whether that's throwing interceptions or fumbling the ball from the Colts as a team, you turn the ball over 3 times against Tom Brady. I'm sorry, you're not winning.
I'll give you an example within a promo at the same time. It kills two birds in one stone. So my high school has one of the best offenses in the state. I mean, we're converting over 75% of our drives into touchdowns. And I mean 75% at the minimum. It's probably more. This team that we played turned the ball over 2 to 3 times. I mean, 2 picks by the same guy. Who actually was also our quarterback. So he had quite a night. Because of that, that was 2 more possessions where my school scored touchdowns. That game ended up being 55-14 just because Coatesville couldn't score and they turned the ball over too much. And Garnet Valley literally is a team that will punch it in every single time. If you can't keep up with them, you will lose. So there's no margin of error for turnovers for Coatesville.
Yeah, you definitely have. I mean, you look at when teams turn the ball over, like you mentioned, they lower their opportunities to win. But you also look at it, if you can't cash in on those turnovers, though, you equally as well are blowing the opportunity.
By the way, that example does come with a promo. So I am probably going to have the chance to call either with the Garnet Valley Sports Network or with SFBN the semifinal game between Garnet Valley and St. Joe's Preps, the state semifinal, may I add. And that will be Saturday at 7 o'clock. By the way, can you guess which current running back, not in this game, went to St. Joe's Prep? Because remember, St. Joe's Prep is a private school. They recruit.
Ooh. Is he currently playing or is he retired?
He's currently playing.
Currently playing. Is it a team that he's currently playing for AFC or NFC?
NFC.
NFC. Is he in the NFC North, East, South, or West?
He's in the NFC North.
NFC North. Is it Dalvin Cook?
It is not Dalvin Cook.
Okay, not Dalvin Cook. Is it David Montgomery?
Not David Montgomery.
DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift is the one. DeAndre Swift was a 5-star recruit heading out of St. Joe's Prep. Remember, this team recruits. So they had guys like Marvin Harrison Jr., Jeremiah Trotter, son of the guy Trotter from the Eagles, Kyle McCord, who's the current backup quarterback at Ohio State. I mean, they have guys among guys. This team that I'm broadcasting, St. Joe's Prep, has 12 guys that are FBS or FCS recruits.
Wait. So the quarterback that you had was the QB who went to Ohio State a year early?
No. St. Joe's Prep had the guy who went to Ohio State named Kyle McCord.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about. I was like, wait a minute. You had the mullet kid
No.
to Ohio State for a year early?
Actually, fun fact: our school literally has the running back on our team that's going to Navy. He's the first ever kid from our school to receive an FBS scholarship for football.
Man,
and our worst record in the last 20 years was 7-3. That has been our worst record.
Man, I wish my high school team was good at football.
It's fun, believe me.
Yeah, especially when you get to call them too.
Yeah, so make sure to to tune in. It'll be 7 o'clock on either the Garnet Valley YouTube channel or SFBN, so the Sports Fan Base Network. I will be there.
Definitely will be. Let's see. let's see what happens here during this game. We got 1st and 10 here for the Cleveland Browns as a whole. We actually have in the viewer we have at Josh B3 from the color cast. We are going to put him on the hot seat and see if he gets invite. We're going to put him in for 5 minutes just to kind of see his overall thoughts on the game, if that's right with you, Ben.
Sure, let's do that.
All right, we are putting him on the hot mic. We'll see if he accepts the. We'll see if they accept the invite, and we'll just kind of go over and see what their favorite team is, and just kind of see how overall the flow of the game is going.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be on in a few minutes. Other than that, how do you think the game is going so far? Still pretty boring?
I will say it's been a defensive slugfest. Like, I mean, you talk about like the Baltimore Ravens have 3 turnovers, the Browns have 2 turnovers, and I mean, you look at what's pretty much been the difference in this game has been possession. The Baltimore Ravens have 27 minutes of ball possession compared to Cleveland's 15 minutes. I mean, you're talking about that's 2 to 3 drives more. That's 2 to 3 more possession that you have over the Browns. So when you look at, you're up 13-3 now. You wish if you're the Ravens you capitalize, but I think if you're up 10 like you are right now, 13-3. You're in good hands. Something that you like to see.
Yeah, especially heading into the fourth quarter too, because the Browns' battle is not only with the Ravens; they also have to battle the clock. You only have 15 minutes to go to score 10 points and also hold the Ravens to nothing. That's a pretty hefty task for this Cleveland Browns team.
And surprisingly, Ben, on the color cast, even though I've been a disaster, I have the 5th most likes at 50.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, surprisingly. It was so funny. I was running through because at first I had no idea how to start any of the streams, but I didn't realize there was a red microphone in the corner that you could press. I pressed the red microphone, and the rest is history.
It's funny because I think Ethan and I, our first stream, we received the first most likes at one point, and then we dipped because some other stream got likes. But it's funny if you do have a following, which by the way, we had a great following tonight, so thank you so much to people in the Colorcast app as well as the people on StreamYard. You can really make it on that app. It's really cool.
You really can. I think it's cool as well. Like now I got the hang of it. Now whenever I do this next one, I got it covered, lockdown.
Yeah, it's a lot like the old software we used to use. Except I just think it's easier to use. The only tricky part, which I got to get used to, but I'm sort of getting used to it, is the hot seat feature. That's the only thing I have to get a little better at, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we can also we're getting used to a little bit of something, and also while I'll throw another quick mention just before we get back from commercial break. Ben, who was your pick for tonight? I think you said you wanted the Browns to win just because of some sort of TikTok thing. Do you still stand by that decision with the Browns, or are you?
I didn't say I thought the Browns would win. I said I hope they win because there's this annoying dude on TikTok that always gets on my For You page who, I don't know how to say it nicely, is a little quirky. A little quirky, I will say. This is at We Hoopin'. He has over 500,000 followers. I don't know how, but he's a Ravens bandwagon fan, so that's why. Now, who I thought was going to win, I thought Baltimore was going to win. I think they're the better team.
All right, I wouldn't blame you because me and Jack had the Baltimore Ravens as well. We thought this was a game to where the better team was going to win, and we thought it was the Ravens for sure. We got 2nd down and 2. We got Baker Mayfield about to snap it. 2nd and 2. Play action pass, rolling, throwing, and it is incomplete. Hooper looking for a flag, but to no avail. Oh, never mind, there is a flag. We'll see what the officials decide to call it on. And I will say the Browns helmets look terrible.
Really?
Yes, all it is just an orange thing and a black numbers. It literally looks like some kid drew a Sharpie.
That's funny.
It'll re-show whenever Ben, you see on the NBC streams, they'll show the Browns helmets. It looks awful.
I do not have the NBC stream up actually because I'm using my computer right now in my office, and then I have the Colorcast app open on my phone, which I usually use to stream. So I've been solely looking at ESPN for the games today, and just getting a feel of what each team is doing. And like you said, there hasn't been much of it, but when there's been opportunities, the Ravens have taken more of them.
Mm-hmm. And as we look at Nick Chubb, gets handed the ball, 2 gains, maybe a yard. Gains a yard. It's 2nd down and 9. They're down in the red zone, down at the Ravens 20-yard line. And Ben, is this 4-down territory for the Browns, or if you get a 4th down, just settle for a field goal?
Oh, that's tough. It's 13-6.
Well, it's 13-3.
Oh, no. I'm doing the math in my head. If you kick the field goal, it would be 13-6. That makes it a 7-point game instead of a 10-point game. Yeah, I would take the field goal. Because that only makes it a 1-score game now.
Well, that does not matter because Baker Mayfield throws to David Njoku for the touchdown, Cleveland Browns.
Even better.
They rule it as a touchdown. They're going to re-show the replay again just to make sure it's a completed catch. And I don't know. It might look like it hit the floor. We'll have to see here. I don't know. It's a tough call. They originally called a touchdown. It's going to be reviewed. And showing the replay, I mean, it looks like he got his hands underneath it. It looks like we have a good touchdown for the Cleveland Browns.
The refs have to have absolutely conclusive evidence in order to overturn a call. Of course, they're going to look at it. That's what New York is required to do. They have to look at every touchdown, every turnover in every game.
And the thing is, they called a touchdown first. So they have to go into the mindset of, is there enough evidence to overturn it being ruled a touchdown? And I don't think there is.
You stole my line because remember, they have, like I said earlier, they have to have conclusive evidence that, Njoku dropped the ball. Because they already ruled it a touchdown. If it was an incomplete pass, same thing. They have to have conclusive evidence that he caught the ball.
Mm-hmm. And it is going to official review, but as of where we stand right now, it is 13-9. Ravens lead over the Browns. And one thing is for sure, Ben, if this does stand as a touchdown for the Cleveland Browns, how important would this touchdown be? Because you got 1:04 left just before the end of the 3rd quarter, and then you got another quarter left to go.
Huge, because you end the quarter only losing by 3 points. That's a single possession game. You have the momentum now, and now you can rely on your defense to provide a 3-and-out for the Ravens, and then you can tie or even take the lead in the 4th quarter. That's a huge touchdown by Njoku and the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm. That is if the touchdown does stand, it will be 13-9. Now, if it doesn't stand, if they overturn it and they rule it incomplete and it's 3rd down and 9 and they don't convert that 3rd down, do you just settle for a field goal because you're in the red zone, or do you go for it on 4th down?
I hate 4th and 9s. I don't think you should be going for it from 9 yards because now the defense knows that you're going to be expecting a pass. Mm-hmm. So take the points. They're there. It'll be a single score game now. You only need a touchdown and to stop the Ravens. You know what? Just take the points while they're there.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll see what the official decides to rule upon. Currently, it's a touchdown. We will see if the officials stand by that call or if they overturn it.
Yeah, taking a look at it, I only got like a GIF of it, not the whole game. That's a touchdown. I don't think you can overturn that.
Yeah. And the refs, they called it a touchdown. So it's one of those to where, is that enough to overturn it? No, I don't think it's enough to overturn it. So I think it's going to stand.
Good catch by
And
Joe.
the refs just called it. It does stand. It is a touchdown. What a conversion for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's huge for Cleveland. Now you can kick the extra point, make it a 3-point game. You can tie with a field goal now, as opposed to a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. And we will see if the kicker can convert the PAT. He missed the 48-yard field goal earlier in the game. As he does make the PAT, the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is good. Browns only trail by 3 as it is currently 13-10 Ravens. And I think, like we all mentioned, this was a huge touchdown drive by the Cleveland Browns. They needed points on the board, any sort of points, and lo and behold, they were able to get it. Shout out my dad in the comments. He wants the Browns to win, and so far they're in good position to. You got 39 seconds left in the third quarter, and then you got a whole another quarter left of action here for this game. So let's see if the Ravens can bounce back. I think the Ravens have pressure as well this drive to, in a way, get some points. And I also believe if you're the Ravens, if you get the ball, just simply do a run play and take it to the fourth quarter. There's no need to rush for 2 quick plays. You just take the one play, end the quarter, and then go from there.
Just do a QB draw with Lamar. Best thing that happens, you get a first down and you end the quarter. If not, you just end the quarter. I mean, it's a no-lose situation.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Just do something to where it doesn't put the ball in harm's way. Like as long as you walk away with you still being down only being ahead by 3 points, I think that'll be a perfect situation for you.
Absolutely. And thank you to Mr. Scorer. Thank you for the compliment in the comments.
Yep, we definitely sound fantastic. It was a struggle early. I will say it was a struggle for me getting the color cast down, but once I got that covered, bam, it was a smooth operation. And with it being 1st and 10, looks like the fullback in motion for the Ravens. Lamar going back to pass, throwing, and this is he somehow evaded the sack, but with the completion, puts it pretty much back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know how Lamar Jackson escaped that. I mean, he must be made with some shea butter or something because he's slipping through defenders' hands. I mean, you got Clowney all over him, you had Myles Garrett all over him, and he avoided both sacks. I mean, you look at here, evades Clowney, evades 58, and then evades Garrett, and then dips it off. I mean, you talk about saving a play. That's a game-saving play in my book because, I mean, you look at if the Browns get the sack, they got momentum going into the fourth quarter. It's 2nd and long, and instead, it's a quick little dump pass back to the line of scrimmage, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, well, I will say the Browns definitely do have momentum, but if they got the sack, they would have had more of it. And that would create some fear within the Ravens offense. They've put a little bit of pressure on them. But, it's 2nd and 10 right now. You just got to treat it, I would honestly just do a run play here. Get a chunk of yards. Then you have 3rd down. You can do a pass play. You can run with Lamar. You'll have so many options. It's just I don't think an incompletion on 2nd down would serve you that is any good.
Most definitely. I 100% agree with you as well. I think on the 2nd down play, you just do a nice little handoff. If you gain yards, fantastic. If not, you just got to go 3rd down and then just believe that your defense can shut down the Browns. They have for the most part this game. I mean, besides that David Njoku touchdown, the Ravens defense has been pretty much keeping the Browns in check all game, and it's been magnificent. Now, if you like offense, this is not the game for you. If you wanted offense, last week's game between the Steelers and the Chargers, that fourth quarter, that was offense. That's the game for you. But if you love defense and you love turnovers, this Sunday night game here, this is the game for you. And this is just classic AFC North football. You get turnovers, it's sloppy, it's ugly, but man, somebody's going to win. Or, you could be the Steelers and Lions and tie.
I was going to say,
for the most part, 9 times out of 10, somebody wins.
I was going to say one AFC North team did tie against a really bummy Detroit team.
God, I feel so bad for Detroit. I really want Detroit to have a little sliver of success, but the way they're playing, it's hard. It's hard, man.
I will say a little bit of an overreaction, but not really. I mean, guess who won that trade with the between the Rams and Lions? I think the Rams did. Oh man, did the Rams win that trade? Straight up, Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford. Like in the beginning, I was like, I'm not sure.
Well, because they gave up like 2 first-round picks as well, and like a mid-round or 2.
But then taking a look at this, I mean, there was a comment by one of the Packers players that stuck with me. Matt Stafford is still Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford back then, though, was playing for the Lions.
Yeah, I believe that was from that bad man, Aaron Rodgers. And I mean, we look at Ben, your guy, Lamar Jackson, just took a nice little run, and he gains 8 yards. So now you're 3rd and 2. What do you do?
Well, that's what you need to do. You need to run with Lamar there. You have so many options on 3rd and 2. You can pass, you can run a little option route, or you can just run it straight up. I would throw a quick slant pass to Marquise Brown. Get the first down. Maybe run like a stick play, something like that.
Well, it's 3rd and 2, play clock down to 5. We got, looks like Duvernay in motion, and he kicked off some speed, and he makes a nice big play there. Big play there by Duvernay, converts the 3rd down and moves it, and moves it pretty far into the close to Cleveland territory as they are down at their own 46-yard line. Nice gain on the play. And I just had breaking baseball news that Scherzer and the Mets are close to finalizing a multi-year deal. I will be devastated if that were to happen. I do not want to see Mad Max leave the Dodgers.
Even worse for me, because now he goes to the Mets. Mets are looking filthy.
But they are the Mets.
They are the Mets. They are LOL Mets. That's a dangerous team, though. Lindor, they still have Baez, don't they?
Yes, I think so. I'm not sure if they.
But now they have Mark Canha, Eduardo Escobar. They could be having Max Scherzer. I mean,
if they get Max Scherzer, I'd be devastated. 2nd down to 9. Anyways, back on the football. 2nd and 9. Lamar throwing it deep, and it is intercepted for the 4th time today. Lamar Jackson has thrown an interception, and he is clearly ruining everybody's fantasy football team. We even got my uncle in the comment section saying Green Bay looked good today. You are absolutely right. They looked fantastic against the LA Rams. I'll even touch some more on that when there is a commercial break, because boy, that was the best 3 hours that I've ever spent watching the Green Bay Packers play from start to finish. And while we are on commercial break, I will get into that. I gave Jack my look in. Ben, I'll give you my Green Bay Packers look in. Overall, this was a statement win by the Green Bay Packers. I mean, we're talking no Zadarius Smith, no Jair Alexander, no Kevin King, no David Bakhtiari, no Elton Jenkins, no Josh Myers. We held Von Miller in check, Aaron Donald in check. Jalen Ramsey got burnt like toast. And Odell, besides the 54-yard touchdown, was pretty much held in check. It was a statement win by the Green Bay Packers. They played phenomenal. We're 9-3. We enter into our bye week, and I think we're looking good. Green Bay with that win has a good opportunity to be the 1 seed in the NFC, because you look at, we got the tiebreaker over Arizona, and we got the tiebreaker now over the LA Rams. Now, let's talk about how the Steelers looked. I mean, I will say the Steelers, man. I don't know about Ben, dude. I think Ben Roethlisberger might have to retire at season's end. He looked out of gas. He looked toast. But, yeah. I don't. The Steelers don't deserve to be thrashed this week. I mean, getting beat 41-10 by the Bengals. That's brutal on its own. And we'll leave that to the side.
By the way, fun fact. It's a widely known fun fact that in World War II, my Philadelphia Eagles and his Pittsburgh Steelers combined to form the Steagles because they didn't have enough on that roster. If they combined rosters today, I still don't think it would be a great team. Honestly, I believe both those teams are just that bad.
Yeah, I mean the state of Pennsylvania is crumbling a little bit. I mean the Steelers, you got Ben on his last legs, and it's not looking good. Ben's playing like Peyton Manning, but Peyton Manning had a historic defense. Ben doesn't have a historic defense.
Oh, I thought you were speaking about me for a minute. I'm like, I did not play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would never do that.
No, I was Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes, he is on his last legs.
Ben Roethlisberger's stick. But you look at for the Browns, this is another huge statement. You get your 4th turnover of the game. Now you need to cash in. You have to get points on this drive, or else it's a failure. I also honestly believe you got about 12 minutes left. If you don't get any points in this game, it could be a dagger. It could be game over.
Well, he just gave you a early Hanukkah present. Well, I do celebrate Hanukkah, and it starts tonight, by the way. So happy Hanukkah to me, and happy Hanukkah to the Cleveland Browns. Lamar Jenkins just gave you your first present.
Yeah, Lamar Jenkins. Yeah.
By the way, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4 presents. He could have supplied presents for 4 nights of Hanukkah.
He's supplying. Oh, and Baker. Oh my God, that Ravens corner just dropped. Clark on the Baltimore Ravens just dropped an interception. Baker Mayfield was about to turn the ball over again to Cleveland, and he just dropped it, Ben. He overthrew Hooper, and the CB had butterfingers. That is why CBs are not wide receivers. Because wide receivers catch the ball, cornerbacks do not. Now, I will say this is the bold take. The Browns will win tonight.
Well,
3 exclamation points. It's bold. It's a bold take, but they got the opportunity. We'll see if they could cash in.
I do have to say the only cornerback on the Eagles that can make any plays is Big Play Slay. I mean, that guy's
at least you could say he's slaying it on the field.
Yeah, I think he has more touchdown receptions than like half our receivers.
No, at least you're not the Giants, where a big man touchdown has almost as many touchdowns as Kenny Galladay.
Well, I would be happy to be the Giants today. You just all crushed my hopes and dreams. What could be better?
Well, only today. Only today, Ben. Not the whole rest of the season, though. As it is 3rd down and 1. Just 3rd down and run. No, 3rd down and run. 3rd down and 1. Let's see what the Browns decide to do here. Got Baker, and it's a QB sneak, and Baker Mayfield looks to have the first down as he moves the chain. I'm surprised he's able to move with how banged up his body is. Banged up shoulder and all. He just moseys his way on down. And you look at, I even mentioned this to Jack earlier, the key on those short 3rd downs and 4th downs, it's in a way who's better, O-line or D-line. If the D-line wins, it's no game. If the O-line wins, it's a first down. There's no in between.
Right.
That's the real, the heart of football is on the line. if the O-line wins it, 9 times out of 10, you're getting a first down. But if the D-line wins it 9 times out of 10, it's a fourth down.
And I think Nick Sirianni has to get through his head that it's just a 50-50 chance instead of putting yourself in a shotgun on 4th and 1. Just put Jalen Hurts up the middle. I mean, he was comparing himself to Kyle Shanahan. Like Kyle Shanahan was his idol, yada, yada, yada. Do you know what Kyle Shanahan does on 4th down with Jimmy Garoppolo?
He runs it.
QB sneak. Right up the middle. It gets first downs. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely is. 2nd down and 13. We got a play clock down to 5 for the Browns here. Mayfield back to pass, looking, and he gets sacked. And that is the pocket breakdown. And this is not what you want from the Cleveland Browns. It is now 3rd down and a long 20. And I will definitely for sure let him know about that. And you look at that. This is what happens when Jack Conklin is out that game. You look at Conklin is right there in that situation. If Conklin is there, Mayfield's pocket doesn't get pressured. But because Conklin is out, it affects a lot of things. And now you look at it, it's now 3rd and 20, and this is pretty much do or die for the Browns. And you look at it's a quick check. It's a quick check to it looks like. Yeah, it's a quick pass play down to the 20. It's 4th and 12, and it's a 3-and-out, and it seems like it's a missed opportunity there for the Browns. You had an opportunity to cash in and get some points. Instead, the Browns defense holds, and now the Browns are forced to punt it back to the Ravens. How big of a missed opportunity was this for the Browns, Ben?
Huge. I mean, they just gave you literally a wrapped gift in that interception, and you literally gave back to the Ravens saying, no, I don't want this. I mean, sometimes games come down to who wants this game more and can execute plays more. And I thought it was the Browns, but obviously not because they just gave that present right back.
And one thing I will say is Green had a great special teams chase down, easy cut block. The Ravens are down at their own 14-yard line, but the Ravens are kind of in the mindset of as long as they have a nice long drive and they could cash in that long drive with a touchdown, that'll pretty much put a dagger. If they could find a way to get a nice 5-6 minute drive going and just drive it down the field, that's going to pretty much be the dagger, don't you think?
Absolutely. I will say I do have to leave Colorcast because I can't watch the game at the same time. But for those watching on Colorcast, I will say to follow my Twitter at BenHoyt6, and then we'll do that, of course, for you StreamYard guys after the game. But my phone is getting really low, and I need to, watch a little bit of this game to know what I'm talking about. So I will see you people on Colorcast, but make sure to watch us on StreamYard if you're still there. All right, so let's go back to my streaming service.
All right, let's watch this last fourth. The final countdown, as I say. We got about 8.5 minutes left here in this fourth quarter. And one of the funniest thing is, Ben, normally I do the share screen on the NFL.com. Well, for some reason it was acting up. It wouldn't show the score thing, nothing. It wouldn't do anything like that. So we had to go the ESPN route. We had to go the ESPN in the corner. And for the most part, so far, it's doing pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at on the screen here, it was a nice punt. And, I will say this will be the biggest test. This will be the biggest test for the Browns defense this game. If the Browns defense doesn't get the job done, the game's over. If they don't stop the Ravens and get the ball back, its game is going to be over. Mm-hmm. But if they can find a way to get a stop, it opens up another opportunity for the Browns to get back in this game.
Mm-hmm. No, it does. Lamar is really acting up tonight, so maybe they will give him another chance, or maybe he'll, get his act together and score a touchdown for once and take the Browns out of this game for good.
Definitely 100%. I will say that for sure. And as we look at it here, we got the Browns defense. We got 1st down and 10. The Ravens are down at their own 14-yard line. Let's see what kind of play the Ravens have.
Oh, my
up their
God.
sleeves.
You were right. These helmets are bad. It looks like someone wrote on it in Sharpie.
Yep. That's exactly what I was going on. I'm just like, yeah, it looks like somebody decided, yeah, we're just going to go Sharpie 6, Sharpie 81, Sharpie 24, Sharpie 27. I mean, I understand they're trying to go with the old school, but that ain't it.
It's not it.
That ain't it, Chief. That ain't the one.
I see Al Michaels is not there, but the great Mike Tirico is there, one of my favorite sportscasters of all time.
You should have seen on Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, it was Mike Tirico and Drew Brees. Drew Brees got to see the demolition of the Saints against the Bills.
Oh, that's funny.
The only highlight was when the Saints honored him at halftime, and he led the "Who Dat" chant, and that's about it.
My uncle's a diehard Saints fan. He's from New Orleans. So, yeah, he was not too happy, not too pleased when I was over on Thanksgiving.
Ooh, rip.
So, well, no, he was happy to see me. He just wasn't happy with the Saints.
Yeah, I want to blame him. I wouldn't be happy with my team either if we lost on Thanksgiving.
Nope. But that's the Eagles for you, especially when they play the Cowboys.
3rd and 7 for Lamar, and it's batted down by the Browns defense. They make another stand in. And keep in mind, only about 2 minutes went off the clock. Never mind. Not even a minute, because you look at the Ravens had a ball with 8:29, and now it's 7:37. So, I mean, you look at the Browns defense made a stand, kept the Ravens on the field for less than a minute. And now they get the ball back with the opportunity to try to come back in this game. And you look at for the Ravens side of things, it's a missed opportunity to go up double digits. But for the Browns, another huge defensive stand.
They're giving you this game. You need to score here, or else you're truly done. Because if you take 2 minutes off the clock, well, you only have 5 minutes left. By the way, that was a horrible return.
That definitely was a horrible return. We got 1st and 10 from Cleveland down their own 30. About 7:25 left in the ball game. This drive right here is pretty much do or die for the Browns, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? If they get a 4th down, regardless of where they are, they should probably go for it. Correct?
That's what I was saying, because you're not going to get more momentum than this. They have to score sometime, whether it's via Tucker or via pardon me, Lamar Jackson or the running game in Devonta Freeman.
And that's all. And that's also for the Cleveland Browns side of things as well. For Cleveland, this has to be an opportunity to where you basically have to score on this drive. If you're Cleveland, regardless of it's a field goal or a touchdown, you just have to get some points on that.
Well, that's exactly that's what I stated. You just have to score. And then you have to leave it up to your defense, which they to their credit, they've been pretty good tonight keeping the Browns in this game. It's just that, again, like the Eagles, is that offense that's been lacking.
It definitely has been. Defense has been – I mean, you look at just overall this game as a whole has been just simply based on defense. I mean, just look at the turnovers. The Ravens – 4 turnovers. Browns, 2 turnovers. Just takeaways on top of takeaways on top of takeaways. I mean, you even look at the 3rd down conversions. The Browns only 4 of 11. Ravens 7 of 14.
Were all those turnovers for the Ravens forced by Lamar?
Yep, 4 interceptions.
Man, I wish they still had Trace McSorley, because, if you throw 4 picks in one game, even before the 4th quarter, I bench you at that point. I would say you're not fit to go out there.
And what's crazy about it is the Ravens are still ahead.
If they weren't ahead, out of the game you go, because you can't be throwing 4 picks.
Yeah,
Especially,
and one thing I will say is like if the Ravens were playing a team like the Patriots or the Packers or the Chiefs, if you throw four interceptions, I'm sorry, you're not up by 3. You're down by 13.
I would say you're down by 20.
Because I mean, you look at I'll even throw it out there. The Packers off the 3 turnovers they got from the Rams, they scored 16 points off those turnovers. So you look at if it were the Green Bay Packers and you add the 16 points to Cleveland, Baltimore would be down 13.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you look at it, and you also have to give props to the Ravens defense for capitalizing as well. Because, yeah, your offense may turn it over, but if your defense could step up, then it basically null and voids. It's a wash. And
Right.
so far to this game, this defense has pretty much washed Lamar Jackson's turnovers. Now, for fantasy football wise, you're screwed. You're SOL. Like you're finished. Like your QB Lamar throws 4 interceptions. Your defense ain't going to save you because it's fantasy football. But from a team state, you're in good hands. And then you also look at it. It's 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 here for the Cleveland Browns. Trying to get something going here, but this Ravens defense has just been keeping this game all in check. Whether it's Baker Mayfield being all banged up from injuries, he has just had no answers. And this has just been an utter domination so far for the Baltimore Ravens.
It has been, and I will say, if the Browns don't get it here, unfortunately, you have to punt because you're too deep in your own zone to give it back to the Ravens if you don't convert on 4th and whatever, 4th and 5.
And you look at the Ravens defense forces a 3 and out. It is 4th and 5. You got 6 minutes and 34 seconds left in the ball game. And yeah, you do have to punt it. You're not going for it on your own 35, especially with this 4th and 5. Now, if it were 4th and inches, I would think differently. But with it being 5 yards, there's no way I would go for it. Absolutely none. And they do look to punt it away here. Punt it away here. Let's see what happens here. Good snap. Good punt. Good punt for the Cleveland Browns as the Ravens have it back again down at their own 24-yard line. We got 6 minutes and 28 seconds left in this game. For next Sunday night, we got a division rival, the Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs here week 13 on December 5th. So you got Teddy Two Gloves for the Denver Broncos versus Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Definitely going to be a great slate for Sunday night football.
Yeah, it definitely will be. We were on the Colorcast app for Chiefs versus Raiders, and that turned out to be a great game between the two. I love the AFC West, and I want to see what Denver can do against this Kansas City team.
And we'll definitely see what we can do here as Lamar Jackson takes it himself, runs it about 11 yards, gets the first down. 1st and 10 down at his own 35-yard line.
Yeah, Lamar's really quick. And, if you can really execute the option, it's one of the most deadly offenses in football because you don't know who has the ball. I mean, taking a look at the replay here, could be the running back, could be the quarterback. You never know. And those defensive ends crashed. Lamar saw that, and he got a big gain out of it.
100% got the big gain out of it, and then they hand it off to Devonta Freeman to where he gains 8 yards, moves it down to their own 43-yard line. Clock still rolling for the Baltimore Ravens. You got about 5.5 minutes left in this game, and this is exactly what you do when you're up in this game. You just hand it to your running backs, and you just chew the clock, all the way down until you have to throw it.
Well, yeah, even if it's on, if 1st and 2nd down, you have to run it. There's no other choice, and you have to stay in bounds. So even if it's like a gain of 2, that's not bad, as long as it's in bounds and you have the ball.
Mm-hmm. And they do hand it off to Devonta Freeman, and he gains a 1st down, gains about 3 to 4 yards, And the clock just continues to tick for the Baltimore Ravens as they continue to lead 13-10. Ben, if you're the Cleveland Browns, what can you do to stop this run attack from the Baltimore Ravens?
I mean, it's very tricky because, again, the option offense is so unpredictable. 1 minute it could be Freeman having the ball, the other it could be Jackson. You just don't know who's going to have it, so it's hard to predict. The thing is probably not to crash until you're ready. So, as we see here, they didn't crash, so they stopped Lamar before he could get a big gain. So, if you're the Ravens, though, it's second down. I would let that clock kill all the way till,
Until the 350 mark?
Yeah, definitely, because you have 22 seconds. Yeah, I would say till the 5-second mark on the play clock, then you can go.
And as we look at on that pass play by Lamar, throws to Marquise Brown, and Marquise Brown breaks the tackle, and you look at that's a backbreaker for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, you look at it, you have Marquise Brown in your hands, and he somehow slips through, gets a first down. Now you're down in Cleveland territory, down at their 43-yard line. That has to be a backbreaker there for the Cleveland Browns, don't you think?
It absolutely is, because there's only a certain amount of first downs you can give up before this game is over. You only have 2 timeouts left. And
the 2-minute warning.
And the 2-minute warning. So I would say 3 timeouts. I consider the 2-minute warning a timeout for that defense. But they're going to have not a lot of time after the Ravens are done. So it's a really slim hope for the Cleveland Browns. Again, another big gain for the Ravens right there.
It definitely is. And then as we look at the Browns, they decide to use their second timeout of the game with 3:05 left. It is second down. It is second down and short. And we have Corey in the chat saying he needs a Rashawn Bateman catch. Do you think we get a Rashawn Bateman catch during this drive?
What team is Rashawn Bateman?
The Baltimore Ravens.
No, because they're going to try to continue to run the ball. They're going to continue to utilize the option, so I do not think we have a Bateman catch. Is that for a bet, Corey?
Yeah, and then it's also going to be, and they do hand it off to Lamar Jackson. He gets it, and then it says, "How do you know Bateman's schema?" As we look at Lamar Jackson, he gets the first down. They do the read option.
Oh, that's huge, because now you can run 2 more running plays. This game's going to be over very soon.
And as we look at here, and I don't know what the Browns were doing. Like, you look at the 2 defenders, they both parted ways. Just zone in on Lamar Jackson. I don't care that he flips the ball. I would rather take down Lamar than just hope that he gives it to someone else. That's horrible execution by the Browns defense, and that's just unacceptable. You can't let that happen.
And I believe the Ravens are getting close to field goal range too. So I would even run it 3 times if you're able.
They are getting it close. It's 2:57 left. The Browns have no timeouts, and it's 1st and 10. Now, mathematically, you cannot run the clock out. They can't run the clock all the way down until they get to the 2-minute warning. If they get to the 2-minute warning and they have a first down, that's when you could run the clock out. And as we look at, there is a flag on the play, so let's see what they have the flag on. And it is holding on the offense by the Baltimore Ravens, and that is something you cannot have. You can't have that happen if you're the Ravens. You can't have silly holding penalties like that puts you back 10 yards, and now you're back at the Cleveland 43-yard line.
Well, continue to run it. That's the only thing I'm going to say, because now the clock stops, and you need to get that clock starting again quick. You don't need an incomplete pass.
And as you look at here, they got 2:50 left. They could probably, it's 1st and 20. You could probably run maybe one more play, depending on how long it takes before you take it to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, I would say run one more play. go to the 2-minute warning, and then if you're able to run another play after that, I would run a run play on first, second, and third down.
Okay, so they cannot run the clock all the way down to 2-minute warning. The closest they could get is with about maybe 4 seconds left, 4 to 5 seconds left. There's 2:28 left, and we'll see what happens. And we'll see what they do here. We got Corey really needs a Bateman catch. He really does. He's going all over the chat. He's saying, Bateman, please.
No,
He's gonna
no
catch
hope.
it.
No
It's
hope.
second down at 15. You got 2:06 left. They do another handoff to Devonta Freeman, and Freeman breaks some tackles, and we will get to the 2-minute warning to where it is 3rd and long.
That's a good solid game there. Yeah, unfortunately the clock had to stop, but all right, now you throw or actually, does Cleveland have any timeouts?
Nope. Cleveland has no timeouts. If Baltimore converts a first down on this 3rd down play, then the game is over.
Yeah, so all you need to do is get that first down. You know what? I would run it because if you get the first down, you get the first down. If not, you can chew the clock so much. That's 40 seconds from when the defender is tackled.
Mm-hmm. And as you look at the playoff picture that they're pulling up right now, they got Ravens 1, Pats 2, Titans 3, Chiefs 4, Bengals 5, Bills 6, Chargers 7. And on the outside looking in, they got the Raiders, the Browns, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Steelers all in the hunt for the AFC. We got a let's go defense. Let's see if this defense can hold on. And if the defense of the Browns can make a stand, then that's all kudos to them. And, they just got to see what Justin Tucker can do.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't get it here, you take the points, but you have to chew that clock down before you get it, though. You know what? Honestly, if you're close enough, why not just take a delay game penalty? I wouldn't be totally against that.
Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't blame it as well. So it's third down. It's 3rd down and 11. You got 2 minutes left in the ball game. This is pretty much do or die here. We'll see if Corey gets his Rashad Bateman catch, or we'll see if Lamar decides to run it. Let's see what happens here. The marbles are on the line here. 3rd and 11, down at the Cleveland 31. Lamar back to pass. He throws it. And it is complete to Marquise Brown. I'm not sure, Corey, if Bateman is going to get that catch. Lamar threw it, but it was to Marquise Brown. It's 4th down, and I would not be shocked, Ben, if the Ravens decide to run the play clock all the way down to 1 before they call their timeout to send out Justin Tucker for the field goal unit.
That's what they have to do. They have to kill as much clock as possible. So Browns will get the ball back within like a minute, which is not a lot of time to score 7 points. And especially with no timeouts. So, yeah, you're getting the ball with 1 minute and 14 seconds left.
Yep, and that's exactly what they do. They run the clock all the way down to 1:15 left. 4th and 8, they will be sending out Justin Tucker, the field goal unit. He has been automatic most of the year. 9 times out of 10, you can guarantee him making. Very rarely does he miss kicks like this, but it has happened before. So we'll see what happens. But it should be a guaranteed lock for him to make this kick.
If you're an NFL kicker, it should be. We've seen people miss from less, though, so we'll see.
We definitely will see what happens here. We got 16 viewers here viewing this stream. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We got Justin Tucker here, who is two for two on this drive. We got a 49-yard field goal attempt for Justin Tucker. Here, the snap is down, hold is good, and the kick is beautifully good as the Ravens lead 16-10. And now you look at this is Baker Mayfield's moment. You got a minute 10 left. Can Baker Mayfield lead the Browns down the field to tie the game or take the lead? We will see.
I'll tell you
to see what happens.
I'll tell you the answer right now. No. Because you have no timeouts left. What I hope that the Ravens are smart and not give the Browns a touchback. If they kick it short of the end zone, that'll chew off at least 10 seconds. You're probably going to get the ball back with less than a minute with no timeouts. You have to, pardon me, you have to get more than probably 80 yards. It's not good.
Definitely. We'll see what happens here in this stream, in this threshold. I have moved up, Ben, to 5th. I am on the 2nd threshold. On the color castle, I have little thresholds like the tier 1 and the tier 2. I'm in the tier 2 section.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Your boy's making progress on his first ever stream on Colorcast.
You are making progress.
And we got 19 viewers. We got 17 on the Unwrapped Sports Facebook. We got 1 on my Facebook, and we got 1 on the Unwrapped Sports Twitch. Also, tune into the Unwrapped Sports Network's YouTube channel, like and subscribe. And we have awesome shows that we do on a daily basis. Make sure you guys tune into that as well. We got a minute 10 left in this ball game. The moment of truth here for the Browns. If they do not score any points on this drive, this game is over. You must get a touchdown here or else the game is over. Let's see what happens here. Play clock down to 3. Mayfield back to pass, looking to throw. He's in trouble. He somehow manages to get it away, and it's incomplete. Evades the sack there. I'm not sure how Baker Mayfield avoided the sack on that one. I thought for sure he was going to go down with the sack on that play. What about you, Ben?
Yeah, he was met by a Ravens defender almost immediately to his blind side. Actually, no. Actually, right into his peripheral vision. My bad. But the fact that he got a throw off is very good. He can't take a sack in this situation. So he shook off the defender there. Got an incomplete pass, not intentional grounding. Good for Baker.
Down the next play, they try to target Jarvis Landry, in and out of his hands, incomplete. It is now 3rd down and 10 here for the Cleveland Browns in a do-or-die situation here on this game. A chance to come close to the AFC North on the line here today. You got the Bengals. They won earlier today. The Steelers lost. The Browns wanting to try to maintain the race between the Bengals and the Ravens in the AFC North. Need to get something here on this drive or else the game is over. 1st and 10, Mayfield throws, and it is incomplete. Now 4th down and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. The game is on the line. We got a come on Baker in the chat. And let's see what happens here. And if Baker Mayfield can't get the job done, the game will be over. And I mean, you just look at that, and that's just, if you're Austin Hooper, you have to catch that.
Yeah,
there's no excuse.
Browns feel pretty much done to me. That was your chance because 4th down and 10, they know that you're going to pass, so they're going to bring the pressure, and they're going to send the guys in the back deep in coverage.
They do bring the pressure. It's complete to David Njoku, but he is clearly short, about 4 to 5 yards short. Baltimore will get the ball back, and that right there is your ball game. The Baltimore Ravens are 48 seconds away from advancing to 8-3 and being in 1st in the AFC North and 1st in the entire AFC conference. And on the flip side of things, you got the Cleveland Browns who suffer a heartbreaking loss. And as they slip further down into the AFC North, their playoff hopes start to slip away by a hair. And before we end this stream, Ben, where can the great people find all of the great work that you do?
My Twitter is @BenHoyt6. And my Instagram for broadcasting is Ben Hoyt Broadcasting. Make sure to follow my Twitter. Make sure to follow my Colorcast. I was on there earlier today. I do high school work, so please make sure to check me out on Friday as my school, Garnet Valley, will be facing St. Joe's Prep. Thank you so much, Mr. Scora. By the way, St. Joe's Prep has been the state champion 7 out of the last 8 years. So this is a big test for my boys this week. It would be great if you guys would tune in. But how about you, Matt?
Well, the great viewers, they can find my work, Instagram at Matt_Scura20. Check out my Twitter at Matt_Scura. Both link trees in each bio contain my sports podcast that me and my great friend Caleb Conant do called MCS Real Sports Podcast. We just recently uploaded an episode about a week ago, so make sure you guys go check that out and also check out the other 58 episodes that we have done. And it is available everywhere: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, you name it. It's available everywhere. And also check out Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. We stream the Sunday Night Football games for your guys' entertainment. And also check out on Colorcast that it is a new streaming service that we are trying to use and get acclimated. If you're on Colorcast, make sure you go to at Matt Scura USN and also look up other people in Unwrapped Sports Network with the USN label by their names to it. Everybody on Unwrapped Sports Network has great work that they do, great stuff that they do all around. And also, lastly, check out the Unwrapped Sports Network YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. We do shows like this on a daily basis. Tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern when you have Generational Sports with guys like Anthony Conover and Josh Linares. You also got the Hard Count on Tuesday with Anthony Conover and CJ. Other shows on Wednesday. You got Backstop Banner on Thursday.
I see a lot of Anthony Conover in this segment.
He's the main thing. They call him Kanye Smith for a reason. You got baseball. There's even UFC. And you got Corey, who was on earlier on Colorcast with the Hot Seat. He does a gambling show on here on Saturday nights, and also Count the Bucket for basketball. All sports preferences. Unwrapped Sports Network is the place to go.
And by the way, not to cut you off, we just started Golf Unwrapped. I'm the head of that department, so make sure to check that out as well. And by the way, thank you to Jack Morgan for helping me fill in tonight. I was in Chester for the Union game and couldn't catch the first half. So, and you can find the Golden Hour podcast and Curse with Billy Penn with me. So go ahead, Matt. Sorry I cut you off.
And then we also like to thank everybody who tuned in. We like to thank Ethan Carboni, who tuned in on StreamYard and the Colorcast. Also like to thank CJ for tuning in on Colorcast. And also like to thank everybody who did tune in to the Colorcast and through their comments in the Colorcast itself and for StreamYard in general. We thank you guys for tuning in on this great Sunday Night Football. This is Matt Scura. We got my great co-host, Ben Hoyt. We are signing off on this fantastic Sunday night.
Good night.